leaders.
Corrupt politicians, they loot, they steal,
They loot.
the hungry. Mothers cry, fathers stress. We all feel the heat, Mr. President. Corrupt politicians, they eat. Mothers cry, fathers stress. Corrupt politicians, they steal. Why? How we brave enough to face the beast? How we brave enough to raise the pay? There is corruption. Yeah. There is corruption. Yeah. Hey. There is corruption. Yeah. There is corruption. Hey. It's a government. Where are you? Hey, Mr. President. Where are you? Hey, our leaders. Where are you? Hey, Mr. President. This is no Torah deja vu. Makambani ese.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one here. So we're gonna do this one here. This is nice one here for the corrupt politicians around the world and the corrupt leaders that are supposed to be corrupt. They won't stop. They're gonna steal and steal and steal, and some of them gonna go to their grave while they steal. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here again to the Prince Double Show. I'm trying to get the thing hooked up here to this computer here so I can monitor what I will say tonight, so I won't be in trouble with Mike Zuckerberg or be heard in contempt with any kind of a copyright infringement or something like that. But welcome here again to the Prince Double Show here tonight. I will have Mr. Boo Unit here tonight with me, and we're going to be discussing everything that will be put on our plate and everything that will be set aside tonight to be discussed. I'm going to play some kind of a short clip here tonight concerning the superintendent of your own county called Grand Jide and other things that happen in our country, Liberia, will also be discussed here also tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, we have no copyright to the music I was playing here tonight. The guy from one of the East African country singing about corruption. Corruption has taken over the African continent. It's already been there. It's not just something popped in there, been all over the place. And Liberia is of no excuse. Corruption is always in our nation called Liberia. Right now, we're seeing that they got $1.2 billion budget sent to the house. How you gonna get this 1.2? Out of the 1.2 billion, you got 980 some more. I think 950 some more, 980 some more that just goes to pay government, especially the president budget has been increased. The president budget gone up. The lawmaker budget from $41 million to what? $51 million that is being added. $10 million that is being added to the lawmaker. So these guys just sit in there, make these budget thing, and then they get popped there and they get paid. And then the ordinary man, you got police officer making $100 or $150. You got teacher, those who impart knowledge into our children, into our future generation. They make $150 to $200. What sense does that make? Doctors making, I don't know, $1,000 or whatever. But you got lawmakers, those guys who are not educated. They are semi-educated. They have no clue on what is actually going on in that place. They go in there in that house and they cause all these noise. These people are making thousands of dollars. From $41 million. Lawmakers, just the lawmakers. They're about 103, and so yeah, you got 30 lawmakers. And you got 73 districts. So you do the math. You got 103 people over there. They sit in there, the people send wherever there, they approve it. These guys are corrupt. I think these guys, the only way Liberia will prosper if you remove these guys, even you put new people, get rid of that whole thing they're called lawmaker elected. They have a military government, the government, the leader people with sense. Because why would these guys sit and want to put $10 million? I think the $10 million here that they want to put on lawmaker salary, they take that $10 million, they put the $10 million in hospitals, schools, the clinics in all villages. You ever saw those clinics in the villages? The Bazon district president, no, that was the Niawo president, went down to Niawo in your area. If you see the places the people call clinic, I think like chicken hut, those things the chicken lays in that want to take, and they say that clinic. They don't even have one, I don't know, but the lawmakers can sit in Monrovia, put a budget together, and say, yes, we will increase our money. The president often getting how many $1 million getting on the children are all over the streets. This unity party government that came to what? That came to rescue the people have turned themselves into a bunch of criminals. And who is at the top of these criminal act is Joseph Boyka. What is Boyka office doing with additional money? You got teachers. Let's be real now. Teachers, nurses making $200. Like you, nurses here when they put kind and this is nurses, they put making money, thousands upon thousands of dollars. Some of them make $100,000, $200,000. But our nurses, when they make $5,000 a year, that's a lot of money. You got Boyka's office increasing his salary. What is Boyka doing that he need money, extra money? The old man is already old. What are you going to give him money to do what? What are you going to get Boyka money for? You got the lawmakers, the 103 human beings. They get over the country. They are like the vultures, the birds that eat human flesh, and dead animal flesh. They are the vultures over the nation. The lawmakers, bunch of country children who parents show beta ball or continue to sell beta ball in the markets. Some of them don't even care for the moms, the parents. Send them to school. Some of them didn't even go to school. They are now there. There's nothing about Congo people, native. They're called native children. People who hunt. People who are in the villages. People who saw the suffering from their parents. They are in that place. These people are there now. They are the lawmakers. There will no, oh, Congo people. No. Your own native people are there. They are suppressing you. Temofala, who is Rachel Kun, if from the southeast. The pro-tem from Grand Bassa, a lady who saw a father and man going to the farm, Kanga Lawrence. Temofala, deputy speaker. Lofaka, the man been hunting, going to set trap. These are all country people children. Let's be real with ourselves. Well, there's nothing to sugarcoat here tonight. Let's be real with ourselves. It's not like Richie Henry then, like or what a little boy on who always acting funny on the spoon. I know Fubu or Fibu Herons. Granddaddy, Richie Henry. That ain't no Congo people thing now. So even for your Congo man, library, difficult. It's difficult right now. These are all country people children. Go to Grand Jira County, the 5 lawmakers from Grand Jira County. Their parents live on the farm, they hunt, they suffer with their parents. Went in refugee camps, live on refugee camps, eat refugee food, ate kokodoro, ate buckwheat, Food, canned chicken the people used to bring, stood online and got food. They are in authority now. They are in leadership. They are at the head of, when they say this is what happened, this is what's going to happen. These are the children that increase. They took the budget from wherever 800,000 and 800 million or whatever, and they took it down to 1.2 billion. And that 1.2 billion, who is it going to benefit? You got lawmakers taking the budget from 41 million to 51 million. And you think that country is a straight up country? A country like that lawmakers would take their budget, 103 human beings, native people, children, native people, Bull unit brother, then native brother, then the Bull unit brother, then my native brothers taking the budget from 41 million to 51 million, putting money on the press. There's a Bwaka budget. What Bwaka doing with money? Have you ever asked yourself, what is Bwaka doing with money? Bull unit, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
This is discouraging. This is very much disheartening for the least. You got Gafuan, another country little boy who grew up on the farm, who went hunting with his dad, who mom sold better boy in probably Raleigh market or Nancy Door market to send him to school, who had one check while you are going to Tottenham High and went to University of Liberia, sat and sent a budget of 1.2 million. And that budget had lawmakers increasing their budget. What are they even doing? Welcome, Boo. Let me give you the time, relax a little bit.
Yeah, thank you very much. There's so many things that that went on to during the past week, especially with the budget issue. Even though we don't have the specifics, these guys were kind of showing it on the show today. The Spoon TV. I was just analyzing the budget from the economic perspective. I think it's very ambitious. $1.2 billion. We need some revenue stream to be able to be realistic. As it says, 2026. It presented to the House of Legislature. From the past budget, it has a 64% increase from the previous year. It sounds, commitment. They want commitment to development. They want. One of the questions people are raising is whether the budget is realistic. And they said they promised 280 million for infrastructure, roads, school, health facility under the arrest agenda. I'm not sure whether those are possible. The challenges, I look at the challenges to be like, for example, 280 million for infrastructure. As I said, it says 16% of the budget depends on a one-time ArcelorMittal sign-on bonus, which as ArcelorMittal, I think they promised 200 million for that sign-on bonus that they will give the government. Without the windfall, the sustainable revenue base shrinks dramatically. It will shrink because we can only depend on these mining companies, because what they're doing basically is, they're extracting minerals, but they are not really, providing a lot of jobs for our people. Because if they have the factory there, the machine, the steel, factory, I think that would have helped more. But that's what we have. We don't have an advantage in terms of discussion. We don't have a big a large electrical like the Akosombo Dam in Ghana. We don't have something like that, and they have to provide their own electricity and all that kind of thing. There are so many things that they can argue on. What we found basically is there will be a shortfall, which will be averaging between 10 to 15% annually. The state-owned enterprises, they underperformed during the last budget year. The debt is already,
Water and sewer don't contribute to the budget.
the
The
debt is already at
National Port Authority, they contribute a little peanuts.
55% of our GDP. Government salaries and debt service consume almost 88%. We spend so much on salaries. I think that's one of the problems we have, as a country. We put too much into salaries instead of, developing our country. So these are some of the things, those are the realistics that we have to, deal with. So there are so many things that, when we talk about budget, that we have to, if we can be able to present it up, on stage, on the platform, we can be able to educate our viewers in terms of what is at stake. But this is bloated, and it's something that they're trying to do, but I mean it's not realistic. I mean we might end up having a budget shortfall, because the revenues are not realistic. The free port, which is the backbone of the Liberian economy, because even if you go to Freeport, the port of Monrovia, you'll see the sign there that said the National Port Authority Freeport, the gateway to the Liberian economy. So why are they not contributing to the government?
And they're exploiting the citizens, boo. Look, I sent a container with a car in it of pickup that used to be duty free back in the day. Now they charge me $2,500 to $2,700 for your pickup. Those pickup used to be duty free.
Oh yeah.
Now the government is charging everything in that container. They're charging it, and you telling me even the road from the Freeport that goes to Claratown Road is all messed up. And then they say they are the gateway to the economy, and they don't even contribute to the economy. You got these guys. You see the problem here, boo. These guys, when they contribute their money to the campaign and they put them there, they tend to steal, and that's what they do to loot the nation. And that's just what they are doing. What are lawmakers having $10 million increase for? What are they doing? That they want $10 million added to their $41 million already.
I don't know where the money is going. I mean, basically, that's the
president
investigation.
What the president office having increase for? What the president need all this money for?
Yeah, that's the investigation.
So they're focusing on the hospitals, the schools, teachers, nurses, the people who working. They don't work. President don't work. He gets up in the morning, goes to job whenever you want to go to work. He travels at will. These people don't do nothing. It's just disheartening for the nation. You get up every morning, you hear things, you see things. Everything in our country is just upside down.
Yeah,
I mean, it's discouraging though.
There's a pot that is boiling, and that pot, one day it might explode, because there are a lot of people with a lot of people with resentment, a lot of people who are crying, a lot of people, in sheer economic distress. And I think the country, the leaders, they need to sit down, have a conference, and see what they can do, strategize to be able to increase the civil servant salary instead of increasing their salaries, because they're already getting a lot. So the civil servants need to get
guys something. Have money. These guys they take gas slips. These guys are every 3 years they purchase cars for these guys, over $40,000 cars. Their cooks are paid. They got almost 12 employees who are working with them, and they're giving them almost $10,000 to some more $1,000, and you're paying teachers $150 to $200. But every time they go make budgets, everything they think about is themselves. They don't think about other people. Those people too are Liberians. You have 103 guys and some ladies sit in that place and think that they are God, they are demigods. They're ruling, they are the leaders of the people. Anything they tell the people, that's it.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is just to manipulate the budget. That's what they're doing. Because they manipulate, they take certain amount from certain agency or certain government ministry and put it into another ministry. So say that, we reduce this particular budget for this particular year on this particular column, and then we reduce our own budget. But in a way, they put it in another place, and then when the money comes, then they take it out, and then they share it among themselves. So this is what they call budget manipulation. I think that's what they're doing.
Gay, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Doe, and good evening to you, Mr.
1 minute,
Young.
Gay. 1 minute, Gay. Do you know how much increase to the president's office? Boo. Okay.
I need to get I don't have the specifics now, but if
I don't
get
have the exact amount, but I'll send you a card, and I want you to post that card.
That
on the
card,
screen.
I mean, I want to know how much the president was getting.
No,
first. Now,
I
what is
can
he
bring
doing
up
now
how much
that he's
the
going to
president
have to
had,
increase?
yeah,
it
maybe
there?
the card. You have something on the card?
Yeah, he has something on the card.
Yeah,
writing
I
on the
have
card.
something.
I want to
the
know
reason
because
why
what the
we need to show
lawmakers
that
are
card
doing
out,
that they need increase
I
in money.
want to liberate
They
people
make
to
money.
see what they did to the real issue that the people care about compared to that salary. So I can see it from here, but I read that card that I can tell you. On this card, agriculture under the arrest agenda.
Agriculture 1.9 million. The Ghana even serious.
This administration is serious because your
1.9 million
dollar
education. Education, they said 20.3 million.
Yes.
You send it to me so I can blow it up and send it back to your man.
Healthcare, they say 5.5 million. Healthcare, 5.5 million. You guys are jokers.
The reason why we need to show this card credit to Focus on Liberia, because I took this from Focus on Liberia page. Credit to them. So I don't want to take credit.
We gotta give credit to the people. We can't bring something here. We go take people thing. We gotta give them credit for.
That's why I say credit to them now that card we're using here. So
who are selling?
Okay.
The situation there is, Prince, if your arrest agenda is what you sold to the Liberian people, agriculture, road.
Agriculture, they say agriculture were in there for agriculture less than 2 million.
1.1, 3 million, 1.9 million, something like that.
Sanitation is in arrest. Sanitation is in arrest. 4.6 million. Sanitation to clean that dirty country, that dirty capital.
First of all, Prince, anyone who understands the economy, there is no booming economy in Africa that agriculture is not the bedrock. Right next door to the Ivory Coast, their national budget of 2025 is 25 billion United States dollars, of which 65% of that 25 billion comes from agriculture. Nigeria, agriculture. South Africa, agriculture.
Agriculture is a thing, but our country, Liberia, put in $1.9 million in agriculture.
Well, economically, agriculture is the bedrock. The great United States, the likes of Warren Buffett, most of that money in what? Agriculture. Look at the entire Midwest. You understand? It's agriculture. Look, if you want quick turnaround, anyone who is an economist will understand that education is a long-term investment. But agriculture should be the engine by which other sector will be supported by, because agriculture will give you a quick turnaround. A quick turnaround. If they invest into agriculture in the next 3 to 5 years, Liberia will be food sufficient. Will reduce rice input by 25 to 30%. It is possible. And it will create jobs opportunity. It will address food sufficiency in the country, and it will create avenue instead of all just growing crops. We will start processing. We'll open food processing plant, and people will start packing. Africa sent produce to Eastern Europe, pineapple, banana, all of that go to Eastern Europe from Ivory Coast.
Man, the people saying check it all what they play, all what they war. I check it.
But look at Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, a landlocked country that was struggling. They growing more tomato. They have a tomato factory. They make their own tomato paste in that country. They grow more maize. They have almost everything that they consume. They are growing it more and exporting it now. Because what? He invested into. You saw the man brought in 480 tractors. Ibrahim Traoré brought in 480 tractors. Look, Liberia possesses up to 46% of the rainforest. Our staple food is rice. Rice needs 2 things: water and sunlight. Do we have water? Yeah. Heavy rainfall in Liberia. Do we have sunlight? Yeah. We have 6 months of sunshine. Why are we still importing rice? Our staple food. Then you go get $1 million to agriculture.
So CDC telling the agriculture, CDC, the agriculture have more money than the guy who came with arrest.
I think CDC
Who say Baga was working with agriculture? Where was
CDC had $8 million for agriculture?
How the heck you put a 1.9 million? What $1.9 million going to do for?
So your own arrest agenda, you are not respecting it. Like CDC, PAPD, that they say agriculture are going to be the bear rack of the PAPD, and they turn their back on agriculture. They give it little money and they focus on more sector. It's the same thing with the administration. They talk about agriculture, role, and rule of law. So they gave more money to the role because Waka just extended the Asala Steel deal. When we were talking about it the other day, they said our lie. Today, the finance minister during the press conference, he acknowledged that yes, $200 million have been added to the national budget. So that $200 million, $100 million will go towards road, right? $100 million will go towards road. The other $100 million, it will split into electricity.
So how many years they're giving it? How many years they're giving Metro Steel?
25 additional years. 25.
How much they go? 25 million. 25 for 25 for 25
for
years.
500 million.
$1 million.
No, for 500 million. But Prince, guess what? 500 million. That's about saying 20 million per year in 25 years time. Asala Metal Steel is to export 20 million metric ton. 1 metric ton today on the world market, you can Google it right now, is $104. If you multiply that, that's it is 2.8 billion. So the company is making 2.8 billion annually. You get 20 million. That's chicken change, right? You get 20 million. Asala Metal Steel get.
Is that why they took Joseph Boga to France they feed it?
Yes, that's why he signed in France they feed it. The Senate will rectify that very quick.
You got a bunch of corrupt guys over there. So what?
So again, if the Liberian government invests 50 million into agriculture, my dear brother, that 50 million will generate over 100 million in return. But they're not seeing it that way. They're seeing the 50 million in agriculture will not do anything. They want to. So what difference are you going to make? LEC been getting 40, 42, 43 million every year. Now you're giving LEC 50 million. What difference are you going to make?
But I want to ask you a boo or 1 minute boo or LEC contributing to the budget there.
I beg you, man.
No, LEC, I don't see anything about
LEC, water and sewer.
LEC is still struggling. I mean, they're borrowing electricity from the West African Power Pool. So,
but people paying the so the people who paying the bill, where the money go? They don't
the money go back to they pay a lot to the country that they are borrowing the electricity from, the West African Power Pool. So basically, that's where they're getting all that the money they're getting. They have to split it. Some of them go into operations, and some of them have to pay back the company that they're borrowing the electricity from. And they also got to maintain the White Plains where they had the hydro. I don't know what the hydro, electric or something they got there. They got to maintain it. They got to pay the employees. Yes. Okay. So now people are paying according to what they call they're paying, pay as you go. I think they, you got to buy some units and then you charge it.
But boo, so the point you're making, right? Here's the problem Liberia has today. So in telecommunication, unlike electricity, almost the same thing. I'm not an electrician, but because of my field, I can speak onto the distribution of that because we have to be trained in that area. So Liberia is going about things the wrong way. Utility is supposed to be a revenue generating thing for the country. It's a service delivery. So many people who have electricity today who are not paying are government officials. Now the power tech people, the people in the community that are stealing electricity, they're stealing electricity to power on 1 or 2 LED bulb or 1 little fan, right? They're not powering all heavy stuff. Those that are consuming the electricity and are not paying a bill are government official and business owner. They consume more of the electricity. Electricity is load. So they consume more of the electricity. We had this one guy who came on Spoon, an expert from I'm not holding from LEC.
I'm not holding him, Anthony and Mr. Onyone. If you go to Liberia, all the government officials, they take their own light poles and put it in front of their houses.
Yep.
Wow.
Which all the government officials, I'm not joking. I'm not
That's
telling you the right thing. The public work minister at that time, I don't live too far from that lady. Collins or whatever. He had a light pole. If all the government, Bill Traore had a light pole in front of him.
With no power meter.
You go to every slow. He got a light pole with a transformer or whatever in front of the houses.
With direct current to your house without meter.
Direct current to the house and the neighbors
without meter. Wow. And which is bad. They should be paying electricity. They're not paying for electricity. So, according to LEC, LEC told us that they have over 200,000 subscribers. Let me just say customers, right? So the ordinary people understand. They have 200,000 customers. Mr. Yana and Prince, let's get take for average. They pay $50 US a month. That would be about $12 million, right? That would be about $12 million. You multiply that $12 million times 12. That's over $100+ million. 144. $144 million. Let's say LEC overhead costs and whatnot cost about $44 million. That's $100 million that LEC is supposed to be adding to the national budget. But because these guys are not paying for electricity and their power is not regulated, they get consuming direct current, the burden will always be on the government. LEC is supposed to take money from the commercial bank and make access available to power. That means when you or me or any other person that call LEC, from the time they call LEC to the time that service is delivered to them, 1 week, maximum 2 weeks, 14 days period. Then LEC will have more customer and people will pay that like electric bill on time and they will have services. But if in one community, only one transformer there, and everybody trying to take the backdoor channel, that transformer will get overloaded, it will burn.
Yep, that's what happens.
And then everybody will be out of electricity now. Because power is low and certain capacity has to be within that transformer. You can't go above that. And that's what
if you live in an era where you live in an era with government official, if you live in an era with government official will fix that thing in less than a week. But if no government official there, you're getting your thing regularly.
Because the transformer is overloaded.
The country not serious, boo. The country just not serious.
So most of the consumption of the electricity is from the government official and business owner who are not paying electric bill.
Yes.
In Liberia, they get it's okay to get consumed electricity without paying bill. Are you serious? How you think you're gonna keep it on?
I passed 4 or 5 government officials' houses. They have the pole. You go right now, you go to ERWA, where they had the old police station, they had the Liberia Petroleum. A Papa the market, you coming from ERWA Junction. If you come a Papa ERWA market, you come right there, you see that gas station called Liberia Petroleum. Right there, that road are going inside straight. That's where Bill Traore living. Going to the beach. There's a light pole right there. You go on the right side, that same road where every snow living. There's a light pole there, go straight. It get them current directly. They don't pay light bill. Where the plug in the houses and the people who live around the area, even you go to VP, you go to Joseph Boakai house. The people living around there, they don't pay light bill.
Yeah. So when you do that, you
expect. So when you go there as an ordinary man and you get your direct thing to LEC and you are getting LEC light, you will be charged 2-3 times
more money because they go by the consumption from that transformer. The transformer are going to
if you go and
to that community, it will get
in America charged. Here. In America, where I got 1, 2, I got 4 freezers right in my house with my light there, everything in the house here. My light bill don't go more than $200. My light bill is $150.
Because you're paying nonsense per kilowatt.
If you go to Liberia, you put your thing on the same thing here. You're going to pay almost $500-$600 a month.
Yeah. Because in Liberia, it's one of the very expensive places when it comes to electricity.
In Liberia, you go there, you want to be honest, boo. You want to be honest, you go and put your meter on and register your meter and put it on. If you put $100 on that meter, in 3 days, that meter is gone. Because they will steal it. The people in the office, they will start they will start stealing your minutes from you. The country just polluted.
So, gentlemen, how do we solve this problem? Because
this problem cannot be solved. They can't be solved the way we're talking here. Because the leaders that are there, the leaders are dangerous. They are dangerous, corrupt. They don't want to change that thing. You think people who got LiPo, let me ask you, Anthony, people who got LiPo in front of houses where they're getting free light, you think they want that thing to change?
They don't want it to change. So
you need a real man who will get in there, remove all the light poles from in front of people's houses, and they come to one central pole and they supply them with the same way what the ordinary man who
You
who
just
can work,
took the
who
word
can
out
walk
of
to
my
work,
face.
who can walk to work, pay and add a meter on. Everybody get a meter to the house.
Every house needs a power meter. Period.
So
Every
what you guys telling me? It seems to be democracy cannot solve it. The only way we can solve it is through military government or something like that.
I don't think so. We can solve it that way.
But
let me get this,
you,
right?
you know, asking your question, what is the strategy? And you know, we
The
got
strategy
democracy.
here is every household needs a power meter directly to the house. No tapping into another person's power line.
Yeah, but who will solve
do
it?
that,
Who
Anthony.
will solve it? What is
They
the
do
solution?
that.
What we trying
You
to say?
you don't tap onto people's houses.
No,
If
but
you get
Prince,
3
what
houses,
is happening
each
right
house-
now?
listen to
Well,
me
you see,
now,
you
let me tell
guys, you're
If you-
explaining a
let
lot.
me tell you. No,
Prince.
Mr. Gay, Mr.
Prince.
Gay and Mr. Boo. Each
Yeah.
house, our immemorial when the European Union or wherever came and they brought a meter and they said each house must have its own meter.
Okay.
So you put meter on in here, but the government officials they run direct for that thing straight in the house.
If the government official is tied to the same transformer where my meter is tied to, if he does not have meter on his line,
And
all
run
that
straight.
power consumption will get distributed on those that
So
have
then when the power comes,
power meter.
if you use those power boo, they put the bill on all of us that
There you go.
have
And what's
meter.
happening?
So when you put $100 on your meter, by the time you make it in 1 week, that $100 gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
there are people who
let me-
think that they are big shots.
yeah, Prince.
The likes of Edwin Snow, the likes of Bill Travel, no guys, don't pay light bill.
Yeah,
They're the one
Prince.
making money.
Yeah, Prince. You illustrated very well all the problems. How these problems can be solved. That's
No
the
problem
problem.
cannot be solved with the kind of president we got,
Okay. So what do you do?
with the kind of people we got. Because look, the EDC guys,
So let
let me tell you
explore,
what he
let's
do.
explore the
The new
solution.
EDC guy they put there, he went in front of them, he told them the problem, that
Yeah.
they are the problem.
Yeah.
Yep. He told
The
them, he said,
government
government
officials.
officials were not paying bill. He
The
said it.
government officials are the problems.
He said it. I'll give you credit for that.
Right. The government official, and that's true, boo.
So-
Because boo, let me tell you one thing. If you go from my house, I live right to African Dream. You probably the old African Dream.
Oh, yeah. Alex,
There's
even
there's
Z-Man gotta get power
across the
meter.
African Dream, there's a supermarket. You come straight down that road. There's a quota. They put a quota at the church, and then you go down. You're going to see the former public work minister. I was there when they put that pole there. And everybody won't connect to that woman play because they say it can't go down.
Because it's direct.
That pole can't go down. That's what they're saying.
Once
Everybody
the
won't connect.
land leaves,
The
the
real forward
transformer,
coming from
it
Silver,
has no
coming
meter.
to our
There's
houses,
no way you can
You don't want to
count
connect. Everybody
how
won't
much
come from the
consumption
public
of
web
that
minister.
kind.
So at a certain time, all the pole, the light will go on the side. The public web, area got light.
Yeah.
We are in the same
Prince.
area. From the public web, from my house to the public web, when you walk in at Blessing, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you're there.
Because he has
country
a
is just
direct current.
polluted.
That's what it is.
The
Yeah,
country
you have
is
no
polluted.
But Prince,
A
Prince.
boo, you don't want me to tell him that only military operation can tell our country and save the country. And you can't get that. You can't get that from
Yeah,
me, boo.
but Prince,
Wait
Prince,
for a child with choosing.
Prince. Are you listening?
Yeah, listen.
Okay. We talk about the problem. We talk about the problem every day. The only thing we need to do is to what? To talk about the solution. How do
There is
we-
clear solution to it.
Okay, so that the solution we should explore because the
boo,
problem is there.
to
The problem
when you are
exists.
saying military,
We've been talking about these problems.
If you go,
So I'm asking the question: how do
Every
you solve the
six-
problem? Democracy
what I
can solve the problem.
democracy cannot solve that
So,
problem because
It's-
every 6
okay,
years,
there are many ways. Okay, you got protests. People can protest.
you're not going to solve the problem.
No,
Okay,
the
but
protest not
look,
going to
you
solve
can't
the
just
problem.
only
Guess what's
protest
gonna solve
once.
the problem? You need
You're not going to solve the problem.
you need a leader who has a political will to
Okay.
create
But
How do you get that
the
leader?
ones that are there
who
now
wants
and the
the
one that came
service
before
to
the
have
one
the
that are
service.
there, they don't have that political will.
Okay, you said you want a
They don't have
leader
it.
that will change it. Okay, Bwaka himself, when you are running his campaign, he said that when he come, his people, Liberian people are hungry, the country is corrupt. I mean, if you listen to the old man, some of his speeches, but now he got there now, and he's repeating the same thing, even more worse.
Even worse.
Now you have the other
Worse
guy,
than
your
George
Mayor
Riazet.
Cummings. Your Mayor Cummings talking the same thing. Tomorrow, if you elect Cummings, then we also have the same thing going on.
No. But I want to respectfully
Okay, but you
disagree
said
with you.
but you don't know what is going
Are
on.
you saying
People used to
everybody
say
is-
that
are
with
you
Waka.
saying like me?
look, listen to me.
No, but
we
are you
all used
saying
to
that
say
you and
that.
that
We
think the
all
same
used
way?
to say that about Boakai. We'll say, oh no. When that old man is very strict. That
No,
old
he's
man
never
doesn't-
straight.
But now
Look
the
at
old
his
man
past
thing,
history.
you see,
Boo, why would you say the old man
Why
is
would you
straight?
say the man was
Boo,
straight?
let me
Look
tell
at
you
his
one
history.
thing.
yeah,
About
but you know
Anthony
one of the
Wade,
things the
Anthony
old man,
Wade,
you
Anthony
never
Wade.
saw anything about the old man being corrupt.
Man,
Now we
Yes.
saw-
let
He has
me hear
been
that. Yeah,
corrupt
that
all his
man was
life.
fired 3 times by
Yeah.
3 different
Come on.
two
He has
different
been
But the
presidents.
corrupt
guy
all
been
his
living
life.
the guy been living a simple life. So people
Why you
thought
got
that
simple
the guy,
like boo?
What's the point
If
that he
I
has
are
to be a
simple,
corrupt life?
the man
That's
is
why he's
quiet.
been
We
living.
understand that. The man was fired by Samuel Doe. Well, we say Samuel Doe was a military man. How about Amos Sawyer? Was Amos Sawyer a military man?
yeah. But the problem is that all the firing, they never
And he firing
investigated
a
man.
child
They
with
said the man was
corruption.
corrupt. You see, we
They
don't
tied
have
with
any.
corruption.
Oh yeah,
What are you
that one
talking
gonna do.
about? They
Let's
tied
go
with
keep killing
corruption.
until
We don't have
Owen
any-
stole
King
it.
say there.
According to Samuel
Things
Doe,
gonna be
he
okay.
stole the LPMC rice the people brought from the American poor. You could not get account for rice. Come on,
Yeah.
rice.
Yeah, we
What
don't
are you
have
talking
any
about?
judgment.
Amos Sawyer, Doe left. Doe died.
Yeah.
Doe was a dictator.
But
Well, we say
those
Doe
are
died.
all.
But we
But
see
Amos
the
Sawyer-
leadership in the CPP. We saw a corrupt behavior in the CPP. Right in the
Okay.
CPP, without even
In
government.
the CPP,
We saw
then you
it
say
in the
go
CPP,
Joseph
we saw
Boga,
it
then
behavior.
you're
What kind of thing you
saying
talking
not
about?
okay. Well, you
But
prove
you
it.
see,
For you to
all
say-
these things we are seeing, those are all allegations. We don't have a
What you
court
call
judgment.
allegation? We saw the man
No
behavior
court
in the CPP
judgment.
talking about
I'm
allegation.
not backing the old man. I'm not backing him. Let's be frank. But what I'm trying to say is that we
The
allege
man
that
said they
because this
squander
is so.
opportunity as a
Oh, yeah,
VP.
you are
He
not
squander
taking the
opportunity
court
of the
and say,
Liberian
oh,
people. He
the
said
old man
it.
is guilty of so and so. You see that? And that what the poor one in Liberia. when
But
we
you
talk
saw
something,
the old
oh,
man, the
do
Supreme
you have
Court
any
rule,
court
and the man
judgment?
disregarded the
Okay.
Supreme Court
But
ruling.
other people who they say you ever have court judgment or judge we are being corrupt.
Okay, so those are some of the
Well,
things.
asking you.
Yeah,
say
so we
you
can't
not
say
support
Judge
it.
Weah is corrupt because we don't have any
But
court
you have
judgment.
said Judge Weah is corrupt on multiple fronts.
On multiple times. Now, when you
Yeah,
do not-
but that's
why you
allegations.
cannot
That's
support it.
allegations.
Ah,
It-
But
it
then
is
when it comes to
alleged.
Joseph Boga, they tell you
Yeah.
the same allegation. You say you
Yeah,
want court
the
judgment, you
allegation
want
is
court
that
document.
Judge Weah was corrupt.
You see why they say
Okay.
Boo, you talking 2 times here, you
But
talking with 2
that's
months.
allegations. Judge Weah was
yeah,
not taking
but
the
Mr.
court.
Yonle, with all due respect, let's actually
So
address this
what
issue
I'm
here.
trying to say, I was just trying to bring up a topic.
Anthony Gay is telling you that
topic here,
Alexander
where
Cummings,
we say,
Alexander
okay,
Cummings
this
will
guy,
be
even though he's not in
elected.
power, when he come in power, he will do this, he will do this. Okay, that's why I was trying to make an example. The old man came, he was talking Google stuff, and he said, "Oh, you'll do that, you'll do that." When he came there, what?
Boo, are you a
happened?
Liberian? Boo, are you a Liberian?
Huh?
Are you a Liberian?
Bring
Yeah,
every
I'm a
little
Liberian.
bit.
I'm a
You
Liberian.
sure you're a Liberian?
Yeah.
I don't think you're a Liberian, Boo. You don't know you're a
But
Liberian
the way they
talk
ask
sweet.
you
You're a
that,
Liberian
what
talk
answer-
sweet
yeah,
talk.
What's for Liberian man?
You don't know you're a Liberian talk sweet talks. You
That's
say
No,
because
but
the
Prince,
old man
in
was
all
talking
fairness,
this, the
in
old man
all
was
fairness,
talking.
when Mr.
The old
Cummings
man went and
mentioned
stood on the
about
platform and
raising
said
the
the
national
children are
budget
selling
to
in
$2
the
billion in
streets.
2017, people doubted it. Yeah, the minute chasing billion.
So, you know, my own thing here is that people go and say things that they will not do. You see that? So the other person can, oh yeah, my leader will come and he will be different. You see? And you know, we put this leader there, when they come, they start doing something different. So how many people will we trust now?
But yeah, what your man Alexander said, you must keep voting. Alexander, me, I need a
Oh
military.
yeah, we gotta
regime
keep
in that
trying
place.
until we find the right
I
person.
know
I mean,
voting. What voting? We need people like Ibrahim try well kind of fuck no lawmaker and seize all the cars, sell it and get the money to the hospitals, the schools, and pay teacher $500 and cut all their money. All lawmaker make $800. Oh, if you don't want it, you leave it. Other people go there and make law for $800.
You gotta pay
$2,500 now will be enough for them.
Yes, what you talking about? When they gotta be so brave, they gotta be so brave. Money coming from them, they put money inside for a teacher for $150. For the man who's standing in the street, for the people standing in our hot sun, no good uniform, they paying the poor $100, $150. Pay the lawmaker $800.
Prince,
Look at this.
Prince, let me give you an example. I lived in Botswana, a country Botswana.
I see why
It's a very rich country, my man.
One of the
It's a very
countries
rich country.
I stayed there for.
I said, man, and you're Liberian.
I'm a Liberian. I stayed there for 10 years, and these guys, their system is so transparent, my man. You can be government official. You can't even got lipo in front. You live like a simple person. Huh? Everybody, you know, stand online for anything. Everybody is treated the same. If you're a government official and somebody report that you did this thing, the people will find it out, you go for investigation, they fire you, you pay that money, and you go to jail. It's not like in Liberia where somebody
they say they win post somebody else fire
and then they leave them alone.
So here's the thing with the electricity thing, right? Let's go back to the distribution thing I'm talking about here.
Okay.
Man, nobody's
Prince.
going to go back to that distribution thing. There.
No, but
Once
Prince,
the
in
government
America
official,
here,
one government official can put Lepo in front of the house, it's difficult. And it cannot be
No, it's
controlled by
not hard to
you
do.
can put anybody there. You tell your man, come and say you mean EDC boss. It will be difficult because the guys in the house,
Prince, here's the thing.
the guys in
Number
the
one-
house. Anthony,
number
give me
one
chance.
way, number
I'll
one
give you
way.
chance to talk. Give me chance.
Okay.
You got your team. Let me tell you now, the way it will be difficult.
Mhm.
You got 103 lawmakers.
Mhm.
Half of them, or 70% of them, get Lepo in front of houses.
Mhm.
They are doing direct. They're not paying light bill.
Mhm.
And you bring commies who are clean, meaning EDC boss.
Mhm.
They will be coming. The guys are crooked.
No, they won't. So here's the thing, Prince. Part of the reason why corruption continues, you cannot completely eradicate corruption, even in the great United States.
You're trying to minimize.
Yeah,
it.
but let me just say this now. The system compels you and I to behave. You are not so law-abiding in America for which when you see police, you slow down. The only reason why you slow down because the system compels you to slow down. 3 things going to happen to you when you get pulled over. If you're speeding, you get points on your license. You miss a day of work, you have to go to court, and you will pay for that ticket, and they will add points on your license. If you go renew your insurance, premium will go up. You understand? The system compels you. So the next time you see the police cruiser on the highway, you slow down. Nobody tell you to slow down, but subconsciously you slow down because you understand the responsibility that come with it. In Liberia, you don't get nothing to lose. That's the reason why things happen. Today, the first way to curtail corruption in Liberia, all government transactions should be digitized. We got mobile money in Liberia. We got Orange money. We got Lone Star money. You won't pay for any government service. You pay with mobile money. The money goes strictly into an escrow account. Nobody touches it.
What you got to do with LEC?
That point number one now. That point number one of LEC to do with LEC. All government officials whom will have a power meter. They will not have no direct coverage.
Commies can do that when you get into LEC.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The new LEC boss will give me.
You go somebody going for demons. They tell you
No. Let me get this to you. Prince. Let me say this to you.
In the village,
Prince, when you make friends, you make friends. The reason why your friends can respect you is because when you say no, I know. The reason why your family and other people who know Prince Double respect you is because you don't get family member, you don't get friend, you don't treat family member different from friend. When you say no, that no. From the time we're in the Ivory Coast to here, you still being our Prince. You never change. So people respect you for that because you stand for principle.
You put me a mono God, okay me.
You understand?
So people put me a mono, the Eddie Snow there, they kept me and say,
there is a thing. One of the reasons why they don't want they always fight against Mr. Comey. I'm not saying Mr. Comey is a saint, but what I've seen him do and what he's been doing, even within our ANC party of recent, is that a lot of things are
coming, man. This is what the guy said. Is it Bernard Baffa?
Yeah.
Koyo. Picking Koyo from over there in Iowa, Des Moines, Mr. Koyo.
Yes. And Mr. Comey talk about
where you can see you privatize EDC.
He talked about that too.
You privatize EDC. But the boo.
You understand?
Boo, you know? Boo, you froze?
Even CEA in Ivory Coast. CEA is a public-private partnership.
Privatized. The water and the electricity, they are privatized.
Can you hear me?
Partnership in Ivory Coast. CEA is a public-private partnership. You understand?
Yeah.
So the Ivorian government and the private company partner to run that company. Why you see CEA is strict like that. In Ivory Coast, you don't pay a bill on time, they cut your electricity. They don't get that. They don't play that joke. They cut it. They don't play that. They will terminate your service going to a meter. If you don't pay, they come to remove the meter, physically remove the meter, so you don't even have a way of what they call it. They do those things.
And boo, and Anthony,
we saw that happening every day. We saw it happening in Jiglo.
Anthony, let me tell you one thing.
People don't play that joke.
Anthony, a boo. I don't know if you hear me, Anthony, but boo.
Yeah, I can hear you. I think boo froze.
No, I'm not froze. I'm up.
Okay, I can hear you now.
You hearing me, boo?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Cote d'Ivoire, the electricity, they are privatized, and the water also is privatized. Now, in Cote d'Ivoire, I remember in 1991, 92, this guy used to live in the area in our neighbor. He died in Man. No, Maka. So you put going over there.
You're going to be President Maka. Yeah.
Very Carrefour more like. He died there because the guys used to go here and go steal the people meters. Just for stealing meters, I went to jail, man, 5 years. Had attacked him, man, in the prison compound. Avoiding laws, they are strict.
They don't play that.
On the Liberia making look Africa. I saw the Popo minister in jail in Africa. Can you put a minister in jail in Liberia? In Liberia, you don't think can you put a minister in jail?
So Prince, Prince, I think the best solution is what that Bafo guy said. I think it's privatize those corporations.
Electricity and water.
Water.
That's what Mo Ali doing. He went to Bomi Hill over there.
Man, Mo Ali doing serious.
You see the guys
and empower those privatization companies so that any government official, if you owe them,
they may say
you have to pay or they seize your property.
280 feet. That means taller than the Empire State Building in New York. Are you kidding me? You're gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
That's what Bafo said. Bafo said privatize these things instead of giving them to government. You privatize the water, you privatize the electricity.
Private partnership.
Because Boo, we are in Cote d'Ivoire over there. You know what we used to do in Cote d'Ivoire, Boo? In you put going over there, side if going to see the sea. They got a big area there. We'll take the people will send they will send your water bill. You go there and go pay.
Yeah.
They get a water. You pay once you pay, I think D me from or set me from D me from go there, stay online. You pay. You don't pay the water off.
The last day before they go pay that bill, the long it be long. But that day
pass, you pay the water off. And other things are privatized. Those things are not owned by the government, they are owned by private people. So the government at least get those things up, and that's how the system. Cote d'Ivoire, you don't see what let go in Cote d'Ivoire.
No, you can't.
In Ivory Coast, every area they call it quartier. They have their own
substation,
fire service, fire service. One time, mommy told the leg, the fire service throw up. Mommy say fire brigade coming leg. So I call fire brigade.
Champion compare everywhere community.
Yes, that the guys rest out or Boo. That Bosiana fire play. The guys rest out or in Cote d'Ivoire, right in Cote d'Ivoire. But we're not serious. How can
we always elect the wrong people? That's the problem we have.
How can ministers, Anthony Gay, how can ministers have light pole in front of their houses?
They were against them. They have a direct current going to the house with no power meter.
No meter, nothing regulating.
So they get power while now they're consuming more power. Then those of you that are connected to that same transformer as that government official, that you're the one that will share the bill on. Yeah. Can you imagine that?
I mean, why are you talking about Botswana here? Botswana citizen?
Man, let Botswana be their own country.
We're just giving you an example. We're giving you an example of countries in Africa where the people, they are doing better with their system that they put in place, that the citizens are benefiting.
That's why you want military to go.
No, man.
Look at the other man here, say private routine, no Ghana will. The first thing when our lawmakers then carry the guys in from the play to go, the guys go for confirmation. They will be put, let the guys commit a crime. They will be hitting them, be talking. They don't even pay light bills.
But Prince talking about light bills are expensive. Your man Melvin Cole, the guy with that joined the CMC, the men were plying in the street without license plate on your car. They're stopping and say, "You're supposed to know who I'm at. You who? You driving with no license plate, and you said it's supposed to know who you are."
MPF here, rebel. I don't even trust it. You join your?
No, you join the CMC. And you want him to join yourself because what kind of lawmaker you can follow? You driving car without license plate. Who told you say
It's Boone Unit. It's Boone Unit. He's not talking about military government here. He's proposing a military government according to my thinking here. Because Boone Unit, Boone Unit to me, Anthony, like Boone Unit to me already gave up. The democratic process not going to work. So Boone is leaning towards a second of a military government, and
Yeah,
then
the countries
Ibrahim
that
Traore.
live-
We do not have an
we don't
Ibrahim
have a
Traore in
disciplined
Liberia.
military right now to do that.
the countries I lived in, those countries were all democratic systems. So why should I propose a military government? The problem in Liberia is that it's too mundane. People, they keep doing the same thing over and over. Another person come, they become president, then they say something, and then later on they do the same thing. Like your man, how do you call him? Cummings. Cummings were on the air the other day when they asked him, if you get the power,
Anthony Lee, let him speak.
will you do the same thing that Bouaka is doing by chartering plane, by traveling on a charter plane? And he said yes. Can you imagine? So imagine.
Why did he protest? Then what was his purpose?
First and foremost, you being disingenuous right now.
No, but that's what he said. I still got a video.
No, Mr. Yonle.
No, he justified the private jet. How he protest against a private jet?
No, hold on.
Justify the use of private jet.
No, hold on. Yes, what you see, you took the conversation out of context.
No, it's
not
out of context.
I don't understand. Welcome.
He fly corporate jets and all those kind of things.
Yeah,
but you can explain all what you want to explain.
You manage fleets of private jet. Yes, what Mr. Cummings said to the private jet issue. He said in certain instances,
but when
it is more prudent to fly the private jet.
But do you know that Bouaka, we are?
Can you allow me speak when you're speaking?
You're trying to what? You're trying to spin
I'm not
the whole
trying
thing.
to do anything.
Yeah, but don't spin it.
And Boo, gain chance, ain't land. So we
For
can
instance,
flying up.
There is no direct flight from RIA to
So
Abuja.
when Kwame get to know that there was no direct flight,
Kwame already knew that a long time ago.
so why was he protest?
Kwame flew around the globe for so many
why
times.
was he protest? When the tired suffering protest, why were they
Kwame
protesting?
flew on private jets. Many years, for decades, he flew on private jets. So he knows about it. And he managed fleets of private jets. Coca-Cola had, I think 5 private jets. He was managing it. So I can't sit here and say he doesn't know about it.
Yeah,
but that's what he said.
Coca-Cola is a different thing. It's a corporation.
No. I'm just telling you that he been flying on private jets. But listen,
how y'all coming to be leading the country?
No. You see, when I say one way you're taking out of context, we're not going to get anywhere here. But here's the thing. The point that Mr. Cummings was making is the president should fly more commercial. In circumstances where he has to fly to area that does not have a direct flight. For instance, from Monrovia, from RIA to Abuja, there is no direct flight. In that regard, the president is more likely to fly a private jet. But in area that have direct flight, you have a direct flight that goes strictly to Lagos. Not Lagos, that goes strictly to Accra, or that go to Lomé. There are direct flight that leave Monrovia that go to Lomé. That one, you don't need a private jet for that. That's what he said. And in most cases, there were direct flight era where Joseph Yuma Bouaka used a private jet.
Yeah, so but you don't know Joseph Bouaka.
You don't know
Joseph Bouaka problem. You don't know we have problem. So we are used the private jet because of certain circumstances.
No, that's not true.
Bouaka used private jet because of certain circumstances.
We start flying the private jet. He lied to the country.
He giving a suggestion.
He lied to the country.
He's trying to feed it, but he will do the same thing. He's no different.
Man speak now. You spoke. Let him speak. Let Boo talk.
The man is no different. Okay, if you put him there tomorrow, he will do the same thing. Even the one man, he went on a campaign in Maryland County. Look, give me a chance now. Hey, look, you spoke already. The man went in Maryland County and he allowed it. They put in a hammer. What people used to do the slave days. They put in a hammer. You are laughing.
He enjoys it.
Yeah, he enjoys the whole thing. The guy enjoyed that corporate life, and that the corporate life you want to bring to Liberia.
You are a supporter of Joseph Yuma Bouaka, and Joseph Yuma Bouaka is messing up. You try to bring distraction here. That face
I'm
this
not bringing
government that you
distraction.
support.
I own
No,
it. You know, I talk
support
about
Joseph
Joseph
Yuma
Boakai. But give me
And
a
let's
chance.
face Joseph Yuma
You see,
thing.
they better give
Why,
me
why you
chance.
getting angry, Anthony?
No, I'm not getting angry. I'm being
You are
excited.
getting
I'm
angry. Get a
excited.
man,
I'm not angry.
speak. Let
I'm
a man
excited.
speak.
I'm not angry.
Let a man
But
speak.
first and foremost, you
Look,
support
Let a man
Boakai.
speak,
Look,
Anthony. Anthony, let
let's
a man
see.
speak.
Okay, this guy would not bring any change, and that's why he always suffering in the poll. Okay, can you imagine? Even you, Prince, you and myself, we can even get more than 1% when we want to become president. The man want to get 1% during. It was even hard for even get it 1%.
To go run for president if
Can you
get
imagine
more than
that?
1%.
Yeah, I will get more than 1%.
I
You
mean,
won.
all the point grandchildren that vote for me, I'll get more vote than for me.
All the people you granted that vote, you're not getting 1%.
Not even
I will
granted.
get more than 1%. You guys say
Nah,
it's
yeah.
not 1,000 votes registered when they vote.
vote for me.
For me, I have less than 10,000 votes.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
See,
Come here,
1%.
100,000
so you
votes.
see, the guy does not even have a grassroots. The problem.
First
he
of all,
doesn't
you
have a
all over the
grassroots.
place.
He doesn't
Let me
have
get
a
this
face
to you, right?
Who
Boo,
all
you
over the
can't be-
place?
Let me get this to you. You can't be advocating for change. And the true caliber of change is coming. Coming talked about
The who now?
raising.
The who?
The true caliber of change is coming.
Are you serious?
Yes. Coming talked about
You want me to
raising
tell
the
that
national
people
budget to 2 billion. Listen, he talked about raising the national budget to 2 billion in 2017. They said it was impossible. He was talking out of his head. Today, they are chasing that same 2 billion. Today, we reached 1.2 billion. He also talked about paying Civil Service $300 to $400 monthly. They are saying also it is virtually impossible. But forgetting the note that Joseph Yuma Boakai signed in 2 years period, he has signed 11.8 million given to our lawmaker. Each one of them receiving 100,000 each for representative and 150,000 each for lawmaker. This year, however, because of the recast, because of the 51 million shortfall from USAID not participating in the project in Liberia, so they have to recast the budget. So our senator received 75,000 instead of 150,000. Folks, the money is there. This government is just wicked. They refuse to pay civil servant a living wage. A man lives in Kawe that have to go to GW Gibson to teach. If he has to leave his house every morning to go to work, round trip will cost him $300 Liberian. He has to eat the cheapest kobo we call lapa bido. It will cost him $250 Liberian plus.
You see how they call it? Lapa leave what?
Lapa bido. Lapa
They
bido.
put a lapa on the door.
They
Right?
put a
Lapa
lapa
is a
on.
door.
So lapa, the lapa that they do, they call
Can I
lapa
afford
bido.
a door? Because the door will cost about 100 and change to put a door.
So they can't
The
afford
lapa
a
is
do.
there.
So they put that lapa bido. Right? So that lapa bido, that person gonna go eat that 250. The cheapest you can get in the town, that $250 Liberian. That person has to drink one bag of water, one sack of water, that $50 Liberian. That's
You think
$600
Comey can
Liberian
change
right
this?
there.
You think Comey can change the people's lives?
Yes, he can.
Especially the teachers and the
Yes,
nurses.
he can. Yes,
But that's what the Boakai people used to say.
that's
They
a
said
lie.
Boakai will
Here's
change
the
the
thing.
government.
First and foremost, when Mr. Cummings said in 2017 that the national budget has to be at least $2 billion, they said the man was talking out of his head. Today, they are celebrating 1.2 billion. They're not even to the 2 billion the man projected. Now the man is saying the living wage for a civil servant, a police officer, a teacher, a healthcare worker should be $300 to $400 monthly. That will automatically help 30,000 employees. 30,000 employees right off the back. Then introduce a national youth
Where you
program.
getting money from?
The money is already there, Prince. I just told you 11.8 million.
Where the money coming from? He says it's there.
11.8 million are going to our lawmaker right now should be deferred to those people. $11.8 million. Check the national budget. Don't take my word for it.
Look, Anthony, those guys playing with your mind.
I had to
They
play
man-
on my mind.
Look, if that guy come to power, you
Mr. Yonde,
Let me one at a time, Anthony.
But hold
Anthony,
on,
let's
let me
talk
end
one
with
at a
this.
time. Why you always get angry when they get into comments, man?
No, I don't get angry. I speak with
Well, let
passion.
the man speak. They're butchering to speak. You
Look,
just
I ain't
well,
feeling
listen
the
to
man
you.
try to cut me on. Let me conclude. Then you.
Okay,
you
let
tell
me
me.
conclude. Let
Let me conclude. So here's the thing, Mr. Yonle. You're asking where the money will come from. Before George Weah left office, the last years of George Weah, they brought in the quote-unquote legislative project. It was 30,000. We beat on Didon. They don't return 7,500 and use 7,500 for the first batch of the 15,000 that came into his hand. The people rejected the 7,500 return. The second batch of 15,000 they don't receive. Nobody heard about it. He kept it quiet. When Boakai became president, they raised the money from 30,000 to 100,000 for each representative and 150,000 for each senator. The reason they want to stay in power because they realize that many people from the diaspora participating in electoral process from representative to senator, and they want to stay in power and they don't want the competition, so they want more money so they can start doing little projects. The three cardinal functions of our lawmaker have nothing to do with project undertaking. It has to do with lawmaking, it has to do with representation and oversight. If you are supposed to provide oversight, who would then provide oversight over you when you're doing projects? It's not part of our lawmaker cardinal functions. So they came up with a bogus long item called legislative projects so they can keep money. That money will be taken from them and diverted to the ordinary Liberian world, putting in the work and saving lives. Police officer, teachers, and healthcare worker, they deserve a better Liberia. That's the reason why, Mr. Cummings, you that want a better Liberia, you should embrace an approach that will better the living condition.
Anthony, let me ask you a question. Anthony, let me ask you a question.
In summary, it's just a politician.
Before I go to you, Boo, Anthony will come back to you.
Okay.
With Cummings going from 3% or how many 7% to 1%, do you think on the Liberian election law is even qualified to contest in the upcoming 20, or is he going to come with a different political party? Boo, let's go to you. I just want you to get that question, but we're going to boo for it. You're going to come back to that.
You asking Boo or me?
You boo, not an ANC man. I cannot ask you.
Okay, yeah. So under the Liberian law, under the Liberian electoral law, a party must obtain 2% of the national vote or win an electoral seat. Under the CPP won 5 electoral seats that automatically qualify Cummings, even though Cummings did not receive 2% of the national vote. So it was either or.
Okay, either.
And then under the so Cummings, the ANC was never registered as a political party in 2023. Under the ANC, however, in 2017, Cummings received 7% of the national vote, which also qualifies. So Cummings gonna go as ANC.
So Anthony, you think when our Cummings that budget we put out here, Cummings we're going to look at, or Yala send you the link. Come on here. Why you don't let it come on these things? You be behind the scene, be writing the chanting and all day. Chanting. Don't matter.
Yeah, you are asking a question. What Cummings are gonna do?
You think Cummings are going to look at the budget and put in there for agriculture? What Boyka and his boys put in $1.9 million for agriculture.
I can tell you, agriculture will receive at least 60 to 70 million on Cummings, because Cummings' plan is to make Liberian food supply in 3 to 5 years.
We're talking about $2.5 billion on Cummings.
I'm telling you, Mr. Cummings want the national budget to be $2 billion or more, and agriculture will receive more than 65 million on Cummings, because the first 3 years is to be more aggressive into agriculture, more aggressive with electricity, more aggressive with education. And so for him, agriculture is a no-brainer for him. He sees agriculture as the bedrock of the economy of Liberia, because look at our neighbor Ivory Coast. Don't go too far. The national budget of 2025, that $25 billion United States dollar, 65% of that money from agriculture, my brother.
Okay, Anthony, I think we had enough of Mr. Cummings. But you see, the problem is you keep talking about this Cummings man. I mean, it's your your party man, but I mean, these are all politician talking points. They will come and say, "Oh, I will do this." They will talk grandiose things. I will make the place so nice. Everybody will be able to get food. I will make sure that there will be no corruption. I mean, what Boyka never said. We had a lot of, talking points from Boyka. But when Boyka came to power, what happened? He started doing the same thing. Look, we're talking about Freeport today. National Port of Authority, the gateway to the Liberian economy. They're not even contributing anything to the what? To the budget. Look at Rabat International Airport, the rubber field. They're not even contributing that much to the what? To the national budget. Look at the LRA, Liberia Revenue Authority. They're not putting that much there. So imagine. So we are just depending on signing contract, the minerals, extracting our resources. That's why we, signing on bonus. Those are the kind of things we're depending on. We used to depend on aid. The main thing is not talking points. The actual doing. What are you doing? What are you going to do? What have you been doing from the past? Let's look at your records. You see, let's look at people's records.
So
See,
look at
what
Cummings'
has
What
this guy
record.
done?
What Alexander
have you-
Yala
no,
said?
no,
What
look at
Alexander?
Cummings'
Has this
record.
guy?
1 minute, I'm trying to talk now, my man. You can't. You
Give
can't
me
tell
chance,
Anthony.
man.
I will
You
not
keep talking
talk.
about this man the whole day. Let people talk.
I will not speak to Anthony.
This guy has what? He has not held any elected office in Liberia. He's been in the corporate sector for a long time.
Yeah,
So
but what
do the same thing when George Weah came, when the people were making noise.
Boo, can I ask you a
George
question about me?
Weah went into the what? He went into the House of Senate. He went there. And then from there, before he started, coming up. But you can't just come, boop, you want to become president. It's hard. Liberia is a different place.
Okay.
Not because you serve in the corporate sector with
Mhm.
Coca-Cola,
Mm-hmm.
and you will just come and the people will make you president of Liberia.
Okay.
You got to serve. You see,
So-
there's a
so-
system. So if you want to,
Mr. Yone,
give me a chance now. Let me talk.
Anthony Gay, wait,
Why
I
you
gotta
always,
talk
why
to
you
you.
always like jumping at
You
people?
talk, the man talk, then I talk, then I come back to you,
Yeah.
brother. I will do things.
When people talking, you just jumping at people. You don't do that. Why don't you?
Why when they call coming in, always get you, always get you,
Yeah,
always
just
get
jittering
happen,
all over the place.
because you've been selling Coca-Cola here, so now they call coming in.
Yeah, you don't do that. Give other people a chance that they express themselves. Okay,
Go ahead,
I don't
please.
have nothing. I have no ill will against Mr. Cummings, but you have to serve your people. Even the little small association we have here, the Grand Leader Association, you can't just come fly by night and become Grand Leader president. You have to serve. You have to serve your community before you go up. Our people say community. You got to serve your community. Yeah, before you even, yeah. You can't just get out, you say you want to be president of Liberia because you are corporate, whatever, with Coca-Cola. It doesn't sell well to the Liberian people. If you're serious, you got to go do real groundwork. Where you say you come from, Maryland, or some kind of place in Montreal, Cuba, you have to have a base. You have to serve the people. Go in the council. Become a councilman. Become a representative. Become a senator.
Anthony say Eric Gay said.
And then
Hey,
from
you
there,
gotta
the
check your
people can
message.
serve.
I already
People
sent a
can,
link
they,
to you
they can
long time.
recognize. They say, oh, this guy,
Put it in
he's
front
been
of
working
yourself.
for us. He's been doing this. He's been doing that for us. And then from there, they can elect you. But you can't just wake up and become somebody. You think why they elected Bouaka? We might not like Bouaka, but Bouaka serves people. You see? So those are some of the things the people look at. George Weah serves people. He became a senator.
So let me tell you
So
what.
those are some of the things we look at.
What is read Ellis comment? Ellis Yala, he said whole force you gave leadership to. You didn't get leadership to Cummings. Why you want to be holding Cummings? You don't even know how Cummings going to lead. You don't even know that Cummings will be a good leader in there.
Yeah, but you see, the system. Every country has a system. Every organization have a system. You see that everywhere you go, you can't just wake up. You come from anywhere and then you just go and stand in front. I can't wake up today not because I'm from Grand Jide, and then I say I want to be senator for Grand Jide. Of course, I will not win. I don't care. I can bring a lot of money for the people and give everybody in the village $100. They're not going to vote for me because they don't know me. Even though my father from there, I grew up there,
and became representative.
They won't do that.
What she said, she said
they will not, they will not elect me. But I
Superintendent
have
was
to go there and stay with the people.
Until they
serve
put
the
yourself on
people.
mood, man.
You see, provide something for the people, provide jobs for them.
Okay, so let me
You can't
speak.
just wake up and say, I want to be senator. I want to be senator for Grand Jide because my father was a chief or blah blah blah. No, that it can fly. Thank you, my man.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you
Boo
to
have to
Anthony.
go to
I
the
want to talk.
Constitution and find out what the
Who not
Constitution
talk to
said about
Anthony?
electability.
But I will mute yourself. Let me talk. Anthony gave your man Cummings that 1% he had for 3%. It was a 7% or 1%.
That
Him down 6 points down below. Cummings to me, he's still doing the same thing he did when he came from 7 to 1. He got a bunch of these women who had no connection to people in Liberia. He walk around with a bunch of yellow women, and he's all over the place with yellow women. So he got to change it. Cummings said he came from Grand Jide County. Cummings has to go to his base.
What kind of discussion here?
Not bad, Prince. Yeah, man, boo you name. We ain't get nothing to say. They can get me putty every little grass is here along the way.
No, but let's be real. Cummings got to go to that Maryland. He say he coming from. Put an office or base there. You got to put. You can't depend on the look. Cummings can't depend on these people. You have Dr. Francine. They were.
She no longer part of us.
The
They,
man
no,
mentioned.
I'm
The
talking
man,
about back in the day. The people
the
were
man,
Yeah,
men-
afraid.
but
the
they
man,
will move on, my man.
The people were afraid. Okay, give me check. The people were afraid to go in. Dr. Francis were afraid to go in the dark.
Hmm.
The people were afraid. And the country is not,
We'll come and say that,
electrified, and you
It
want
was
to go
not-
run campaign, and let me I want to win some vote in Seibo. They're scared of going. God know it. I just said Seibo. People are afraid.
When you went to Grand Jury, you went to say USA?
No, I didn't go there because no legislation, so I didn't go there. You
No, no, go there.
you went to Labrador, you went to Grand Jury. I went to Grand Jury. You went to Grand Jury.
But man, yeah, what? Yeah, be watching your food. You see me broadcasting from Grand
But
Jury.
you see me. But then that time too, that I'll go to Seibo.
And I'll go to Rogo, my own town. Right
So
there,
what we are saying here, coming, even though Alexander Yara said, man, is not we're not getting authority here.
But I
But
mean,
we're talking about our leaders here. We came from
yeah,
we are
Mr. Yala
going
made
to boycott
intro-
now.
Let me say this.
My man,
quick.
wait now. You remember Anthony had discussion with you difficult, man. The higher
Yeah,
doing that in your ANC, my man.
lose my train of thought as well.
But then bread don't them down, my man. You see, I get pen here. Get my pen here. Anytime I put on my sheet there, oh yeah, my pen here. I will put it until so when I put finish to my tank out, I can do. Lenny, come here, then come here. I mean, you have fans. Come here is a good guy, but he's a scary good guy.
Oh.
He's a scary good guy. Like brain politics ain't got nothing to do with scary thing here. Come here, we're going around doing good things for people, and you are not telling people like brain politics. I play you go base school, you tell people you say the left hand should not tell the right hand. Those hypocrite and going like you. Come here, we're doing a lot of good things, but then they didn't want to tell people. But when you see Bwaka men and Bwaka go to the plane, go open water, even water pump, what they can pump. That thing I saw in Tai 1990. That pen pumping there in KB. They were pumping water. I don't see that in no more. Bwaka go open a loafer. They putting Bwaka on video. So come in, you need to step again up, and you need to have people there. The country and Congo thing, and I giving Congo coming hard time. You go places, you gay, you yalla, your car seats where in the back. You're not coming in the front.
I mean, I ain't got no seat in the back. Come on, man. You see me contesting for a regional seat?
They need to change it. They need to change those things.
Yeah,
But here, gentlemen, before I get yalla the town,
Hmm.
Liberia Electric City, Balfour City, Yala City, it has to be privatized because you got 130 lawmakers. Out of those 130, 70% of them got LEPO in front of the houses. And including other government. I just gave you popular web minister because I live in a woman area. She got a LEPO in front of her house. And I'm very sure she not that direct line running in your house. The one got AC there on in our play. I mean, the country cannot move on like that. Let me give it to Yala.
Yeah.
Come on, ANC guy. I'll still give it on to him.
Oh, the man of ANC, man.
Member of ANC.
The man from the ANC, they will can't get man.
I didn't know you were ANC member.
The founding member of
Few
ANC.
minutes, I said.
Yeah, the man with Kwame Clement.
Yeah. So, good evening, guys. But first of all, I don't want us to kind of divert or kind of digress the conversation here to very insignificant issues. The issue with ANC, we talked about that already, and then we put it behind us. We move on because under those circumstances, nobody going to do market war baboon draw. I mean, some people can do that, not me. So, like friends who all want to bring that back, the people from the ANC, somebody took it from them, blah blah. We put that behind us. Those who in ANC or who are there, let it do well so they can win. Be jumping from 7 coming to 1, from 1 going to 3 percent to be on that. Let it be on that one to the
You
day.
say you're not doing Mongo War, but you three Java. Oh.
They did the Labrampo already. They can get in leadership. That's fine with them. But this is the point. This is the reason I came on. Abu, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. So you're right. As you rightly said, you kind of brought in Botswana as a way of giving an example of some good African countries or African countries that are thriving when it comes to leadership. So I'll just throwing a rhetorical question out there. What kind of form of government they have that you think different from us? And you just can't read back. You answer the question, but again, it's the same democracy. Those countries are thriving. The reason they are thriving because they got system in place. The form of government is holistic, but then they break it down in pieces. Look at big country like America. As rich as America is, nobody in my township calling the American government or the township mayor or the governor say, "Oh, my light, my electric bill." No, you dealing with people. You don't pay your people bill. You don't get electricity, and people in turn pay taxes to the government. You see how it works? The government got a lot of things to focus on. Let the government govern and lead the business aspect with private businesses. Let people create jobs for your citizens. At the same time, they pay taxes to you. That's what people do in great countries like America. And we always in our whole Africa. I mean say West Africa because I did not go all part of Africa. But we always portray ourselves Liberian to speak, that we kind of small Americans, we small America. And when you look at the population of Africans in America, with the exception of Nigeria, Liberia will be second. In fact, before the war, before our civil war, we had a good link with this country. People were not really fighting for visa or forming long line for visa. People come here to study, student exchange, a lot of different programs bringing people here. Our uncle then who came, they had link because they had their family here. They're coming going back and forth. So that uncle will put it aside. But we the typical country people on the ground. We know how there was no much hindrance to come to America those days. And you could see all the Ghanaians and Nigerians were flocking into Liberia. For me, throughout high school, most of my teachers were all Ghanaian and Nigerian because they would come to work and get it. In fact, the only country in Africa that used the American dollar as a legal tender for almost 100 plus years. You know that, boo. Everybody on the land, only here know that. How unique the play was. But the system our forefathers put in place because they were all criminal minded. So that the system are hunting us. Where in the world you get democracy and somebody stay in power for 44 years? With the constitution, they all told you to stay in power for that no more years. But every time you're turn over, you manipulate the system and then people support you and you stay in power. So this started way back. I would just draw attention to Tubman this. They'll just forget all the guys and who came because they don't know what they were doing. It was just Ray Monrovia. Tubman can open the country. He brought the open door policy. He started, invite investors. It was Tubman Town that Labron Mining Company was established. It was Tubman Town that, how they call it, Firestone was established. It was Tubman Town that Lango JVC was established. It was Tubman Town that BMC was established. Even Mano River, the other company in that place, in Mano River there. The mining company that was there, Tubman Town, all the BB go. Bogon Jide now, if you went to Bogon Jide today, there's a washing plant. It's almost like in the size of 4-bedroom house. And that machine is called Beat Rest. According to information, that machine was given to the Liberian government by Queen Elizabeth, just to wash gravel from under the ground to get the gold from in there. And boo, if you saw that machine, or people who saw it when it used to operate, when the machine they dump the gravel in the place, the rocks, the actual rocks going one side, the sand going one side, and the gold is being fed somewhere else. That's how Liberia, that has bad.
The same machine where the guy in Alaska operating on gold.
Liberia reaches is data way back. But mismanagement, bad governance. How can government be centralized? And you see, you want to develop the America that we're mimicking. America is not centralized, but we're mimicking American. But every little town they get their own little police. They're managing their own little budget. They make sure their people, their place is clean. You pay your taxes. They go clean your place. They throw your trash away. Your water and sewage and everything is functioning because these things been privatized. And what Bafo was saying, I think I'm saying. So the solution here, Babu, even though you did not say, I think you just threw the logic out there rhetorically saying, what do we need? Do we need military overtake? I know you don't mean that. You're just trying to tease the brain here. But that's not what we need. I mean, we don't need that. Because if you're a military man and say, and he does not have the governance strategy, he will say not lead anything. We saw many military governments around Africa that took over and they failed. And they reverted to civilian to civilian rule. So the solution here is take the burden off your shoulder, pass it over to business people, and the people employ your people in the town and give them job, and then they pay taxes back to you. You take your taxes and develop your country.
Yep. Yeah.
Most of the time, you even make the companies to develop the places they live, the places doing their business. So, for example, if you privatize LEC to maybe 2-3 different companies, because the country is even though the square mile is not that big as compared to other countries, but you can get one LEC that will be going all around the place. I mean, Everything about Liberia is Monrovia. So if you only can encourage a business person to come and take over the whole Southeast and bring an electrical company that will supply the whole Southeast, so be it. And nobody had to graduate from multilateral who did electrical training in a vocational high school. They don't have to come to Monrovia. They stay ready to get a job with that particular company in that place, and they build their family and they decide what they want to do with their life going forward.
Yep.
But we mimic America. We portray ourselves as Americans in Africa, but we don't do nothing that in line with the position. Now, what do you think about it running? What do you think about running the parliament? What do you think? Just tell me now. Every Dick, Tom, and Harry running the one, be somebody the one. Every year, people in the race are running you.
Yeah,
Are running you. Now, and then now they come on
They
people
can get away
to
with crime and they can get extra money and
they
nobody can
come
go
up,
there.
they come up and say, okay, say are running, I won't be running them. We ourselves will be running down our belly. Y'all get food, you don't vote for you. So you go there, you get a late dollar, you join the. I want to run. Say, yeah, I can run. You will support it. After if you support it, so you move. And Prince of all get up, will support it. Everybody supporting the same person. I'm supporting different people at the scene now. How many votes you alone get? You support more than 5 candidates in the race. Only because you're belly driven and you're hungry and also you don't have it. So I mean, all I can say, if we're serious, democracy is a very good form of government. We're not going to change that. It can remain the same 3 branches, okay. But let the central government, with the help of the parliament, pass law. So most of the things that create jobs in the country be passed into the private sector. Why people digging borehole now? They pumping water manually. You got to build water. The tower range, right? You can clean that tower and put water back in it. That water tower up there, how many gallons that tower can take? And like the same tower we're using all in the communities in America, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Every community going to see that water tower.
Yeah, every community got a tower.
Every community.
Yes,
get
every
water
community.
tower.
So instead they put decentralized, they make it very easy. You don't got to go for more Ali than to live from where Morocco can inspect water project in Bopolu or Bakolu or whatsoever. You don't have to. A Prince of all running a water company, he makes sure all the government have to do, government have the regulatory arm. Government get inspectors. You see the very gas stations are here. You don't spill, how do call it, gas easily. In fact, your pumps can be defective. Government will come inspect your pump.
You gotta have the
Make sure
right
the
muscle.
pump are very correct for the put stick on it for you to operate those pumps. That's how it works. So government will monitor the private businesses so they can do the right thing. Look at the mobile carrier in our country. How disgraceful is it? You got 2 mobile carriers in the country. They put bad that they want. They not get job, but they will sacrifice, take that they want out of their brother and sister send to them. When they put data in their phone, as soon as they put the phone in the net, they see the data gone. What will you see the data from there then? What will you see the people data from there? Once the machine is not on, the data should not be used. Except the person left their phone on something running in the back. But once the phone is off, if the man put one minute there, then 1 minute remaining for the next day. You don't do that in developed country. They'll sue you, sue money, pay every money.
Yep.
But who can you sue Lone Star and how do you call it, Orange?
And as
Coast?
soon as those people doing that, nobody else will do it.
Is it, who will you sue them to? Because we sue in the court. The court is compromised. The judicial system in the country is corrupt. The legislative corrupt. The executive corrupt. And now what the central last all these things so you can come right before them. Look at what happened in Israel. A county attorney of all people take some document after a few days, capitulate.
He said the document, he said that correct.
It just doesn't make any sense. So my suggestion here, or the reason I came on, my suggestion is we have to go back on the drawing board and let government govern and let business be privatized. Let the SOEs be privatized. The LEC, the water and sewer, even the airport, everything else, give it to business people. When Bouillon account today, when you sign 5-year contract, you're not doing well, you take it from him, and that's another person can you pass it over to them.
Yep.
Or give it to the higher bailers. Or just put it that way. If I come and say, listen, man, I can run the I can run electricity in 5 of your counties, and I give you 6% of what I make out of my profit, and somebody can say they get 8%, you go to 8% person. That's why looking at the person business portfolio. Or looking at the person investment portfolio.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we practice democracy, the government of the people, government by the people, and everything by the people, but still we don't do anything to get the people life moving forward.
Yeah, thank you, Alex. What I was just trying to put together
Okay.
Okay.
You spoke.
No, but get on your line here.
No.
Just before Anthony, give me 2 seconds, Anthony. 2 seconds here. You know, you on the show, you propagating the message of your political leader. That's not bad. It's okay. But I don't think we should be reducing the discussions to individuals.
Okay.
And the main reason why I say I'll ask him why you're beating Uncle McCombie has not been giving any responsibility to govern anything around there. However, that does not negate the fact that he cannot be chastised once he put a name in the public glare. You understand? But the point there is very simple. Boo the solution on the governance side. Let us keep voting. Every year we go to election. Let people go and exercise their franchise by voting. Don't stay on the
Those
phone
are
and say, "Oh,
examples,
I
yeah.
voted for Anthony last night. He didn't do well. Why should I go vote for Bouillon?"
Okay.
Vote
Then
Anthony
you're
out.
okay.
Put Bouillon in. Bouillon does not do well. Voting out. Put Ellis
Very
does not
true.
do well. Voting out. Until one day you get one guy who knows what it means that what it means that people need to be taken care of. That's all. That's the only solution.
Okay. Let Anthony go ahead, Anthony.
The idea of recycling politicians does not make
just
sense.
like Ellis said, right? I've heard on many occasions on this platform, even Mr. Yongle writing. He loves writing than talking. He does a lot of writing, and he always guys that spell on Mr. Comey will not do better. You are not giving your leadership before. This man worked in the private sector and did extremely well. Now, if you Bouillon, who work in private sector, have a leadership skill set, with that leadership skill set, won't follow you to where you go? I don't think so. It will follow you where you go, right? There's a reason why coaches are fired from teams. Take for example, the Golden State Warrior, Mark Jackson drafted most of these players, the Steph Curry, the Klay Thompson, the Draymond Green, and the list goes on. He spent 6 consecutive years with those young players, developing them. But one thing for certain, he could not go over the hump, so to speak, in basketball term. Meaning he could not make it to the final. You make it to the playoff, first round, second round, and then the fourth shot. And they hired Steve Kerr. All they did was to hire Steve Kerr. They kept the same front office, same everything. And Steve Kerr, the very first year, took them to a championship. And today, Golden State Warrior won 4 championships under Steve Kerr's leadership. This exact same.
So you are saying we should hire Comey to take us to
what
the
I'm trying
next
to
level?
say here is that it goes back to the point that all of these people, current politicians who have announced to say they want to run, and those who have participated in the election, Liberia have 2 major issues today: the economic issue and the drug-related issue in Liberia. It's 2 major issues. Of all of them today, no
Comey will solve those issues.
No one have talked about raising the national budget to $2 billion. No one have talked about increasing civil servant wages to a living wage.
Anthony.
So,
Anthony, can I just ask you? Can you just
yeah, I know you're coming, but let me.
No, I'm not coming. I just want to ask you a question. Why you
ask the question.
You can continue. Yeah. So have you ever asked yourself or sit down in your group chat or as a group from the ANC to find out why the Liberian people, your message is not really resonating with Liberian people? And evidence by the fact of you went for the previous election from 7, you dropped down to 1. Have you ever thought what really we doing and why are we really doing that? People not listening to us. You ever have the slightest thought of that, and what if so?
Let's say you go to school in the
Great
5th grade.
question.
What minute, I will give you you go to school in the 5th grade, you made 69. You repeat in the class. Then you go again, you made what? 45. Why?
Great question. So you asked the perfect question because our preview to be selected to participate in the postmortem of 2017 and 2023 election to find out where we are falling short, what we did good, and what we did not do good. And based on the result that we are gathering, our approach in 2029 will be different. And because we have understood what we are falling short and what got out to where we are.
Well, so what
and,
those
and
things?
part of the
Wait, Mr. Yala. The man said from 2017 and 2020. So you started from 2017.
2017 scenario was different from 2023.
Yeah, but I'm saying
2023 scenario different from 2023.
Share with all that if you don't
Why
mind.
made you to lose?
Why
made you to lose 2017 and why made you to lose 2023?
So listen now. Part of the reason why we fall short came on us as a party. The responsibility is on us as a party. We didn't do a better job. You understand? A premature collaboration That's why ANC will not collaborate with any party until 2028, depending on where we stand.
You
understand?
I want the solutions there.
No. Listen now. Listen here. Mr. Yala, you asked a very fine question. Allow me to present the answer that I'm going to give to you. You understand? Liberia, when Mr. Cummings was lied upon, the ANC party sat here for 6 months, allowing the propaganda of the Unity Party to go through. We didn't speak for our party.
So that one of the reasons he came
That's
from 7
because Mr. Cummings, when he came from
one.
America that time, he had a momentum. And
Yeah.
right
Mr.
after
Cummings
a
came
week
from-
of that momentum, that message came out. Costa was going on the air. Mr. Cummings finger document, and over and over and over for 6 months, it sucked up the air of that momentum that we had, and we could not recover from that scandal. And it turns out that case got thrown out of court, but it was late. It was
Okay,
already late.
let's get boo the town.
So
Then from there,
the
go to another
circumstances
topic.
here is that Cummings is the person that many Liberian politicians don't want in the country because they enjoy this what they call system, doing things the wrong way. Nobody question you, nobody do anything. They enjoy that. They don't want a guy to come in to change this narrative. Keep the people where they
people
are.
don't want him, or the politicians don't want him. Which one is saying?
Most politicians don't want him.
What the percentage of the politicians in the Liberian population?
Okay, so here's what I want to say to you, my dear brother. Delon was bragging about the state of the art library, and when Leon launched his learning center, people go to the learning center now. When they go to the state of the art library, they condemn that thing. They don't even talk about the library again because what? It's a regular house compared to the learning center that Leon launched. So a young man who never saw anything like that will believe all the young people have seen after the war is hardship. So the little guy who come and get a cup of right thing become their God. But now, when they go to that learning center, they say, oh my God, I deserve better. Only $20 US you need to pay for the whole year. You have access to internet. You have access to good quality books. You have access to all the library. Immediately
I say, Anthony, you're moving from there talking about library.
So I'm just letting you know the difference.
Let's get boo the town from there. Then we'll go to another topic here. Because
Anthony.
I want to discuss another topic.
Thank you very much. I think I will just go. I'll just go bam, and just I will talk a little bit about Cummings. Then I'll go on to Botswana experience, privatization, the Liberian people, and also the resources we got. Okay, Cummings, the first stop. Okay, nobody had any ill will against Cummings. Okay, the problem with Cummings is that he does not want to start from somewhere. Okay, if I go to Liberia today, I will not want to just go and start from from the head. I want to start from somewhere, even though I want to be the head. But if I had the offer to start from somewhere to get experience, I will get the experience. And as I said, George, we have went through the same thing. Okay, so a lot of
compare George, we have leadership skill and Cummings. Are you serious?
You're talking about we'll meet our mark. Why can't be your mark?
Understanding the system. Okay, you got to understand the system, because once you understand the system, you can go through it and be able to function effectively and efficiently. And that's one of the things that Cummings refused to do.
Boo unit don't want Liberia to progress. So
I talk about the Botswana experience. Okay, let's go to the Botswana experience. I lived in Botswana for almost 10 years. Okay, after I graduated in Nairobi, I went to Botswana to teach. So I was teaching there. I was teaching a secondary school that we call high school. Okay, I taught there for some time, and they have a very good system. Okay, their system is in place. They have the BS mining company. They take care of their diamonds. Okay, you don't go there in Botswana and go there to mine as an individual. So their mining, it benefits the people. It benefits the whole citizenry. It benefits the infrastructure. The whole country is covered with roads, tar roads. When it says tar road, tar, we call it tar. They call it tar roads. Okay, the whole country is tar, and the country is big. You can put Liberia 3 times in Botswana, but they were able to what? To put tar road in all the villages, the towns, and everything through the BS, the mining. Just one mineral, they got diamond. And how many minerals we got? We got so many. You see, so they got one company, one individual. Anthony will not go and say you gotta go mine. Elijah will not say I gotta go mine. What Liberia government getting out of that? It's just so systematized that the mining company, they gave certain percentage to the government, And then the government used that money what? To develop their country infrastructurally. So every village has a high school. They have a secondary school. They also have a elementary school and water, electricity. Okay, with all the roads. The system is in place. And that's why we're giving the Botswana experience. I'm not just
But
giving
you are
the experience
supporter of
because
Bwaka. Why you can't speak in the
and
Bwaka?
that's one of the things you got to do. But look, give me a chance. Let me finish.
But you support
Okay.
Bwaka. Why you
So
hiding
the
this?
third thing is privatization. We'll talk about privatization. Privatization is good, but we must have rules and regulations to enforce those things, or else people will take advantage of it.
But Boo, first
Especially
of all,
those that are in power. So just give me a chance. No, give me a chance. When you were speaking here, I didn't interrupt. Let me finish, please. I don't like interrupting. Please, let me just finish. I got a few minutes to finish. Okay. So for privatization to work in Liberia, we must put in place rules and regulations. And those rules and regulations must be followed to the letter. Okay. Liberian people, another thing again, our people, it's not like other countries. You see, most of the people, they don't obey laws. So those laws that are in place
Like
need
the
to
very
be
Bwaka
changed.
you support don't obey laws.
We need to put rules in place, especially with the Constitution. Okay, some of the things need to be changed because we have some of those Charlie King stuff that back people who corrupt. They just sack people from government job. They are corrupt and they don't follow up with them to be able to get that money back. Most of the people, they are corrupt and they get away with it. So these are some of the things. That's why you have those same things going on and on. And people, as you mentioned a war, you said people are belly driven because they are lazy. They don't want to work. And everything government must do for them. So these things, then we have those things have to change. Because if we are willing to change Liberia, we ourselves, we have to have integrity. We shouldn't be belly driven. You see, people change parties because what? They want, where they can be able to eat. And these are some of the things. People have to have integrity. Okay. Another, the last thing is that we have resources. The resources we got, we are blessed. As opposed to other countries I travel. I travel to the country going to school and also teaching. And what I noticed about these people, they take their resources very, very seriously. And people work hard. Look at our place. Look at Grand Jide today. People selling their land to foreigners. People don't even have papers. Giving them the land just for little or nothing. And then tomorrow will be like the Bassa. I'm sorry for the Bassa people. The Mamba Bassa. Look at Mamba Point was for the Mamba Bassa. But today, Mamba Point is for what? It's for the 1% Liberians. They sold the place. And the same people they sold the land to, they're living what? They're living like a squatter around there with those small zinc places. Is that what we Grand Jide want to live? And these are some of the problems we have. The problem is us. We have to be willing to change in Liberia. And that's the only way. Thank you.
So here's
Okay,
the
go
point I
ahead.
want to make, Mr. Nyale, before Mr. Jala comes into play. So here's the thing. With all of your technicality, I found this very hypocritical that you are never taking the time with all of your good writing you do on Facebook to criticize this Bwaka administration that you
But I'm
support.
criticizing. Did you see my
No,
paper?
listen. When you're speaking, you say we should
Okay,
not
go ahead.
interrupt,
Go ahead.
right? You talked about rule of law. The
Anthony
Supreme
Gay, then
Court-
you're not following Boo because Boo
Boo.
criticized the Bwaka
No,
land
hold on.
government.
Oh, hold on now. The Supreme Court, that is a higher arbiter of the law of the country, hand down a ruling that this very government that you support ignore. And they didn't care about it. The PPCC procurement processes, this government ignored it for the yellow machine. You didn't write anything about it. You spend more time writing about comments on your page than holding the government accountable when comment is not in charge. Right? So, I mean, why is so hypocritical of you
All right, let's
to
go.
be doing something as technical,
Gentlemen,
as critical as you are of Mr. Cummings, right? Exhibit that same criticism across the board with no fear and favor, right? You see Prince here? He's a die-hard sedition, but he holds CDC accountable. Sometimes people be questioning him, "Mama, you ready sedition?" Yes, he is, right? Do similar things. Then I will have, that ultimate respect for you politically when it comes to that. Because you can't come here and chastise one political leader and then give, a blind eye to the government in office. This president, arrest agenda, talked about agriculture. The first
Look at what I
agreement.
get there for Bwaka. I do a lot of caricature on Bwaka.
Hold on. You handpick things. Bwaka, a deputy minister of youth and sport, raped a 14-year-old girl. You kept
Oh.
quiet.
Anthony,
I wrote
Anthony,
on there. I wrote on there.
Anthony.
Who get
Don't
keep
leave
quiet
that
on that
one.
one? We all talk on that thing, boo. So my next thing here is this agriculture. The Republic of Liberia reporting agriculture on the next 2026 budget, $1.9 million from GAFUN. Agriculture. What's your take on it? Let's start with Mr. Yala. No, let's start with Mr. Gade to Yala. Anthony, then I will chip in. Mr. Gade?
Oh, I thought you said Mr.
I'm
Yala.
interested.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, like I said
What's
earlier,
your take on the $1.9 million on agriculture, feeding 5 million human beings?
it's a joke because in 2024, in August of 2024, the Bwaka administration at the ministerial complex, and I'll find that video and send it to you, launched an agriculture initiative for 5 years period, at which in that particular presentation, they said they were going to reduce rice input by 70%. Knowing fully well we have zero macadamia farming infrastructure in Liberia currently. But they claimed that day during that presentation that they were going to reduce rice input by 70%. The Great Ivory Coast did not reduce rice input by 70%. Matter of fact, the guy Rika said all over the market that is not growing Africa. Everywhere, every Ivorian market you go to, you can find Rika say there. So Ivorian have reduced rice input to that country by 40 to 45%, not 70%. They have macadamia farming infrastructure, road networking, everything, electricity. We done. Rice is not our Ivory Coast staple food. Rice is not. You understand? But they have managed to invest into agriculture. That national budget, 25 billion, like I stated earlier, 65% of that 25 billion comes from agriculture. They ship things to Eastern Europe, banana, pineapple, you name it, all the different crops are sent there. Liberia possesses up to 46% of the rainforest in West Africa, but we are not able to feed our people. You claim that you want to reduce rice import in 5 years period, but you gave 1.9 million to agriculture, 2.3 million to asset recovery. Then in the revenue aspect, asset recovery is not an event. It's a process. It can take you anywhere from a year to 5 years before you recover one asset because you have to go through court. It's a court battle you have to fight to be able to recover something from somebody that you claim that they stole from government. You don't get to catch it. The other time we saw they caught a party suit, they say, oh, the vehicle need to be returned. What happened? Party suit took a vehicle home, right? So, but in their budget, they projected $10 million from asset recovery as a revenue. How do you do such thing? Agriculture will turn around the economy faster. You grow rice, you grow cassava, you grow plenty other, crop that can turn around the economy faster. And then you can start seeing things happening, and agriculture will help support education, support sanitation. You invest into fishery because we possess good quantity of red snapper and also jumbo shrimp along the coastal line of Liberia, right?
Okay.
We used to ship shrimp to Japan in number days.
Yeah.
You understand?
Let go to boo. Let go to boo.
So agriculture is a peanuts they get there.
Yeah.
Let go to boo. We're
yeah.
take on this agriculture that 1.9 million is going to feed 5 million people. They got $1.9 million, less than $2 million in the agriculture sector.
I think it's a missed opportunity by the current government of Bwaka. I think they should have put more money into agriculture. Agriculture is it's not only rice. There are so many things that you can do, especially with agriculture. I think the arrest agenda, the first A, when you say arrest, the first A is agriculture. So I think they really balloon on that one. They did bad. They should have put in more money. It's not late yet. They can work on that and make sure they put more money into agriculture. Because like importing food into the country is very bad for our economy. Because you're taking the money that's supposed to be used to employ people so that the money can circulate. You send the money to the Thailand, you send the money to India to import rice, to import the staple. The staple food has to be produced. I remember in 1979 when Tobo brought what they call agriculture, Agrimeco. Agrimaco was a agriculture company by the Chinese, and they were located somewhere near Solo Town. And those guys, my man, they have big farm. They were teaching the people how to do these swamp farming, and they used to have yellow, red rice and all kind of stuff. So it was a good thing because people get job, people learn a lot, and I think it'll be something like, for example, the cooperative. Mr. Bwaka himself, he served as LPMC managing director, where they buy those rice from different counties, and then they export it. You see, so agriculture is very, very important. I think it was a it was a missed opportunity because the agriculture itself is part of their what? It's part of their platform. So they should have put more money into agriculture instead of 1.9 million. I think it's a slap in the face.
Okay, thank you very much. Mine, Chef, too. I think the process is a slap in the face that agriculture, that they came and said, well, Bwaka was he worked at the Labrador LPMC. He was there.
Marketing Corporation.
LPMC. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Even though you got fired because the American gay, he could not get a come for it. Time to fire him, and back in the day. But for him to and then we heard that he from Lofa County. What is this? The bread basket of the nation. Who came from over there from that place to put 1.9, and then Gafuan from that place will go and say then allow himself to put 1.9 million dollars in the agriculture sector. That's a fun. They're not serious. The government is making fun out of the people.
Yeah, Prince. Let me answer to Jeremiah. I think he didn't understand it. He said to government.
What is he saying?
He said government should get in the business of growing rice. No, we don't say that, Jeremiah. We said that government should invest. Okay, they should have
other farmers there. They can invest in the people.
Government need to subsidize.
So government putting money in there, give it to those farmers.
Like the agriculture. You remember they used to have agriculture bank. They used to have agriculture bank that used to give loans to farmers.
And that's what they should do. La Banque des Paysans in Africa, they have it like that too.
Yeah. That's what we're saying. We're not prioritize these things. Look, there are other farmers there that are doing these things. Go to the man. How can you look at the money the European Union gave? They're giving money to Amaracon and their farms. Why the people who really need the money they don't?
But the African Development Bank in 2023 and 2024 gave $5 million
in the country over there. But I go to the next topic. Let's go to the next this other topic here. We're going to conclude this thing now. So we're going to divert a little bit. We're going to pivot a little bit and go into Grand Gila County, and we're going to hear your superintendent today. On the Labrador, on the LBS, the Labrador Broadcasting System over there. He was in the studio with a gentleman in there. To me, he sound arrogant. That guy don't even think that he did wrong to the people like Grand Gila.
I said the guy is in denial, Prince. The guy is
trying to sell the people lane. Because he's thinking that politics, that's the game he playing. He play on the mind. He play on Bwaka the mind. Oh, I'm the Unity Party guy here, and other people want to remove me. They are all partisans of the other political party. He did not even talk about he trying to sell our land.
Mm-hmm.
He did not even talk about it. Trying to go in there and try to sell the people land. He didn't talk about it. I said, what's wrong with this guy? This guy's crazy.
And that man want to be senator. Grand Gila can do.
He can be senator in whom?
He said was a representative for 12 years. He didn't do anything. He won't be senator. But I say you never won't be senator.
There has been some turbulent time that we are restoring hope to our people. Okay. Yes, there have been some serious Facebook fights. Yes, which is normal. These are not strange things to me, especially when you have spent 12 years in the legislature where every day when you don't have a day of protest, then it's a normal day. Mm-hmm. So when these things happen, we know we have oppositions, people that you defeated in election, people who competed with you, and they feel that they should come back in different forms, manner. Okay. So you have these things all of the time. Yeah. Disconnected.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Good?
Yeah.
I'm not hearing myself.
Oh, okay. So there's
okay.
Anyway, just continue.
Yeah. So there will always be this kind of situation. When people again in politics, when they get to know that you are making some political strides, especially in the areas of your assignment, there will always be people will jitter, people will tremble because you have great potential to either resurface where they didn't expect you or strengthen the institutions you represent.
Yeah.
So these are some of the hardcore things that are happening. We are aware of them and we anticipated them before we went there because we were troubled by people from start, and then today we are making sustained progress. So there will always be things to detract us from the reality, and those distractions we cannot give into them because we have to work. We have a purpose. We were sent on a mission by His Excellency, and then we are doing just that.
I wonder how these issues affect the overall development of the county.
Where we are not distracted because we will be focused on our development activities. These are intended actually to distract us, and then we are focused, we remain focused because we have an agenda to accomplish, which is the arrest agenda. We are not distracted by those things. All we do in this kind of situation is to multitask.
But you superintendent for a very serious and potential strategic county during Judea, especially during political times. And I wonder how the relationship is like between you and the caucus.
Well, from start, I think I had a mission to see how to improve the relationship because know that the range of lawmakers there are from various parties. No representative, no senator for the Unity Party. So know that it's going to be a great task to navigate the corridors of power to ensuring that the arrest agenda is accomplished because each of them represent different political ideology, which is coming from different political persuasion.
But the county should be a common denominator.
The county should be a common denominator, but it depends on who is viewing it. It depends on who is looking at it from.
So, Boo, let's listen to what he's just saying here. You heard him? Anthony Gay, you heard him?
I was just taking some notes.
He's not in the interest of the people of Grand Judea County.
And the thing that brought out this whole wahala, Grant should leave, Grant should come. He's saying that the people, the caucus that signed for him to be replaced, they're not in the party of the Unity Party. So he politicizing the whole thing. He playing it on it. And I think Omer Boaka too is buying into it.
Omer Boaka will buy into it because he wants people who will be puppet to him. He's not here to change Liberia. He's here to do things that will please him, not in the interest of the people. If Boaka, who always used this story as a guy who came from a humble beginning, as soon as he became president, when he was vice president, he didn't get into no sophisticated armored vehicle. By the time he became president, he's riding in the most expensive armored vehicle a president have ever rode in Liberia. This is the most expensive vehicle. You understand? That's point number one. Point number two here is that he doesn't care about the LDA men and women, 1,000 of them not on payroll, but he rather increase his office budget, increase the office budget of his vice president and the speaker. The ordinary people, Prince, have been neglected by this national budget. This is the third budget of the administration. They are not factored into the administration budget, even the arrest agenda. They're not following it because he did not come for change. You would think of his age, you would say he has nothing to lose, he would do the right thing. I think that's why many Liberian people even voted for him, because he has served in government for 4 decades. He got nothing to lose. He's already old. He will put the country first. Unfortunately, this man is having a good time of himself.
So what you heard from your superintendent?
The superintendent trying to make it a partisan fight instead of the fight for the people. He framing it as though these people are not unity partisan. They don't want good for the party. They don't want to support the arrest agenda. He's the one trying to fight for the arrest agenda. That's how he's framing it.
By saying the people land.
Yeah.
That's the arrest agenda.
Correct.
Agenda from the arrest. Go into BIE there, sell
And tell
500
people
people
land
land to
another
Burkinabes, more see people and make progress. That's why that's the Unity Party. That's the Unity Party agenda. It's part of the arrest. Sell Liberian land to foreigners. Boo, let's hear you. You listen to your senator. You listen to your superintendent.
Yeah, thank you.
Is he taking the blame? Is he even being, is he even accepting that he did wrong?
Yeah, I watched the video. I watched the video very clearly, and I listened to him. I think I'm very disappointed. I think he's playing the victim card, and he's in denial. He's trying to appease the president of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Boakai. We're talking about the arrest agenda. He's trying to use the party politics to gain on support, especially within the Unity partisans, so that he can remain in force. He talked about how the legislative caucus, most of the people in the legislature for Grand Jide, they are not part of the Unity Party. They are, represent different political parties. He also, he's trying to kind of get a good relationship, and he used the Unity Party as a way to stay in power. And this is a guy who did a lot of things before he even came to power. There was a lot of allegation of him, using somebody else's credential to say that he got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And then when we want to find out Martin Colley, we want to find out that he doesn't have the degree. He didn't even go to that school. And then because of that, you were expelled from the University of Liberia, where you are going to pursue a master's degree. How will you pursue a master's degree? You don't even have a bachelor. So that's the first part. Then besides that, he also, he was alleged to have fired some of the chiefs in Bason district. I even confronted him on a show. And what he told me, he said, "Oh no, I didn't sack no chief," which of course is true. And then besides that, he connived with some people, and then did some some illegal papers. He called it deed, and that the particular 500 acre within that BI Chidom, he said that place was eminent domain, and he got into a contract with a foreign national of Burkinabe, which of course they did that transaction, which of course was wrong. You can't do that. Okay, and all these things that he did, and besides that, the bursary for the students from Grand Jide, okay, he held the bursaries for 1 year, and the children then went on protest. You see, and I confronted him on the show, and he said, you will talk to me. No, it had nothing to do with personal thing. This is about the people of Grand Jide. You have to be what? You have to be trustworthy. You have to be somebody who is there to protect your people, to protect their heritage, their land. You see, as I was telling you, all the countries I travel, okay, the land is very important. If you don't have land, you are poor.
Does he still have the confidence of the president? Do you think the president still got confidence that he going to change?
We can't tell we can tell right now what is in the mind of the president. But he have seen, because we ourselves, I represent the civil society of Grand Jide in the USA, which of course we wrote a letter to the president outlining almost 8 pages, outlining some of the things that the man has done. So we still look up to the president to make a better decision. I mean, if they want to give him jobs,
do you think the president going to make decision in favor of the county, or you think the president going to stick to the politics?
I don't
come
knowing the nature of this
politics.
I don't come from the president's mind, so I can't tell what kind of decision he's going to take. So we just look forward to see in the next few weeks to see what decision they will make. But I really want this guy. I don't have no.
But as a bull unit, who's a Liberian guy who paying around here, do you think the president going to listen to the voices of the Grand Jide?
Yeah,
the caucus met. The caucus signed 5 members from the caucus signed, and they sent a letter to the man saying, "Look, replace this guy." Do you think the president will listen to them?
Yeah, with the decision the president been taking recently, I'm hopeful that you will do something about it. Let him get a guy job. If you want a man to be somewhere, let's send him to Lofa County. We don't want him in Grand Jide Or he can send to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Either way, he can work.
Is there a promotion?
But Anthony, do you think the
I
president
mean,
will
you
listen
don't have to
to
give them that
the players of
superintendent to work with Internal Affairs?
Lord Prince, I want to make the president uncomfortable to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I would say he will not do anything. Maybe that will give him the courage to do something, because I remember vividly when the name surfaced that Chesia Grant were on the short listing of the president to be selected. A protest was staged. A communication by the caucus was written by the very Grand County caucus to President Bouaka. Even President Bouaka also asked the caucus to submit names.
But
And
beside the
omitted
caucus, I'm
the
not
name.
cutting you off. Beside the caucus, we the citizens in the diaspora, we wrote a letter with 5 pages. We sent it to the president, and we're even, they say y'all should bring somebody, and
Yeah,
they gave
and
a
the
list
president asked
of
Benjamin.
lists of people to take on the position.
Yeah,
But
the
at
president
the-
asked Benjamin to
At their
submit names.
surprise, we saw the guy named Frap up again.
Yeah. So the president asked Benjamin to submit names for the superintendent pick, and they submitted name, omitting the name of Grant. Instead, Grant was picked.
we heard that the country the training is going now to I think River G or somewhere he going. They're going to have one David Councilor David going to go there and replace him.
Where Councilor David from? Where is he from?
I will try to check it out tomorrow, but that's why I want David going there to go. Let me try to get the whole thing here about the guy who going to Grand Gila County. But I heard Watkins going to River G. So now there's a little progress. You think there's a little progress? To me, I think there's a little progress being made here. But
Yeah, I mean,
But the
changing
progress
governor
has to
attorney
start
makes
from the
sense,
key man.
because I don't think that guy even
The
should be
head
a
of the
county
county.
attorney
He has,
anyway
the
in
head of the
Liberia.
county has to go. That's the only way we can make progress.
Look, I am so disappointed with this president. I didn't support him, but I expected him to set the stage for the level of time you are spending in government. For his age, I expected him to exhibit, wisdom and understanding of government. And I'm not seeing that true governance from him. Look, the reason why many Liberians voted for JMB is because he has that close proximity for 12 years as a vice president. And with his previous governmental experience, they thought he would be the best, a good president for Liberia. But
so Anthony Gay, you think that the president will not they will not replace Grant?
politically speaking, no, you want to maintain Grand Gila, you want to have a footprint in Grand Gila for 2029.
Let me read what
but
our
you
brother
don't want somebody who does not
Roden
have-
said. Our
you
brother
don't want-
Roden said that when Zoe signed, the 5 caucus members. Zoe is a member of the caucus. 5 of our lawmakers, 3 representatives.
Who that is
Zoe
so
signed the paper requesting Randall. Zoe signed that request. Asking the president to replace Grant. Zoe signed it. It was on a Friday. They signed the papers. I think Thursday or Friday. So
Prince.
Zoe already signed, but the president
Prince.
not doing it because he felt that these guys are not unity partisans, according to Grant himself. Go
Prince.
ahead, Boo.
Yeah, you don't want to put somebody there that everybody, even the people of the county, including the representatives, the senators, that they say they don't want, and you force the person there, that will not give you the votes. Because
But
that
what
man
he
will
did
not,
in
you
the
will not get
beginning.
even one vote
I
for
thought
you.
you guys protested, people protested, and the president still put Grant there.
The president still putting the man there.
So that's what I'm trying to say, because you will not bring vote. That's what I'm trying to say. Because when time comes tomorrow,
The president
you know
said,
what?
the president, you know the French man, you know what the French man says? You're my food. You don't like me. You're my food, the food.
Yeah.
You don't
When
care
Grant
for
was
you.
then
You don't like
represented,
it. You don't care for you.
2
Because you know
years-
you don't like it. You're not going to vote for
2
him.
years to the 2023 election, Grant endorsed JMB candidacy. 2 years to the election, Grant endorsed JMB. When JMB was staying in the CPP, that's when Grant endorsed JMB. So from there, Grant, sealed his deal with JMB. So he been supporting JMB since he was a representative.
Yeah, but this time GMB will not offer him Grand G there, because the man who you put there, you got to put somebody who have what good relationship with the people. Because if you want to vote from Grand G there, if Unity Party want votes from Grand G there, they got to put somebody there that the people like, or that the people want, the person who will do the right thing for the county.
JMB don't care about what the people want. If he did care about what the people want, he would have listened. because he himself requested for names to be submitted to him. And they submitted names without the name of Grant. And Grant still got the job. So I don't know what else can I say here. Unless JB
But
want to
I mean, we all guessing. I mean, you say you're guessing too. We don't know what the president will say.
I understand we guessing, but for me, I want to be wrong on this.
But for me, I want to be optimistic. I want to be
I want to be wrong. Because
Well, you are in
JB has
Florida.
never
You can be
disappointed me.
optimistic in wherever you want to do in Florida there. But we understand that the president going to do this on partisan level.
Yep.
That Grant, that he feels that
but
Grant is
I
the
feel
unity
that
party.
I'm still optimistic. I think
We
something will
understand,
be
boo.
wrong.
We
I
understand.
think the
Whatever
man
land,
is probably the whole
The same
scenario
way
and see
JB
what
say you
decision
went
you
with the
come up with.
majority, even though the Supreme Court said otherwise. And the same way
Mariam
you're gonna see
Traore,
Grant.
my own sister from all the way, Ivory Coast, just joined me here. She's from
Traore?
Depot. Yeah, that's my sister.
Okay.
Mariam Traore. She married Mr. Traore.
Oh, okay.
She and the guy from 1991. They went together. She lives in Ivory Coast.
That's a real
That needs
Mandingo
some-
name,
that
Mariama.
needs some familiar.
Yeah, that's my sister. That's my auntie's daughter, auntie's older daughter. She got a crown name. But I'm
Why
not
she
gonna
was
call her.
in here?
Yeah,
That needs some familiar.
she used to live in Zaire. And Mr. Traore to the poor better girl from 1991.
Wow, that's good.
Or auntie died, my mom, or auntie died, she went to Liberia. They thought she was they were trying to ask the immigration guy. I said a Liberian woman, part of mine, everybody like Liberian. She
Wow.
married Mr. Traore from Ivory Coast. That's so I mean, I don't think let's go back here. I don't think Mr. Boyka going to listen to the caucus. He's not going. He's a food. If it's a food the caucus, he's going to do what pleases him, and that's what he's going to do.
Okay, I'm still optimistic. I think
And
something
you
will
have
happen.
the right to be
Optimistic
that
is a
way.
good thing,
But that's
Mr.
you have the
Optimistic
right to be that way. But I'm telling you what Mr. Boyka is going to do. Mr. Boyka got no regard for the poor of Grand Gila County. He has no respect for the poor of Grand Gila County. He's going to do whatever. He said the poor don't even vote me in the first place, so I'm going to please you.
So why you gotta waste your
They
time?
don't please. They don't vote for me. These people
Hey,
here,
Mr.
they are from Ivory Coast. They are
What's up,
elephant people. So I'm going to I'm going to send Grant back on them. And Grant going back in and said he bluffing on the Grant is seated. That enough
But
village.
look how great you see
Mr. Solo, I think that the stadium.
the
What
largest
stadium
radio
you got
station in
behind you there?
the FBS.
The Guinean, the Guinea.
That the Guinean stadium?
Yeah.
Wow.
The man is sitting right to Liberia broadcasting system here. He's taunting the citizens of Grand Gila County. That's what you do. He's taunting them. He's teasing them. That end of the world taunting me, teasing the man. You can't do it. I'm here now. He's teasing us.
Okay. But nothing lasts forever. I mean, he knows.
You have a sorry guest talking. All the 40-year fault. Grant is going back. Why can't I go and listen to
Okay.
you? And to me, I
but
believe that's
Prince,
what's going to die.
Prince, nothing lasts
It's
forever.
corrupt,
The
baby.
great Totman, the great Haile Selassie, the great Haile Selassie, the great Sekou Touré, all the people gone. Nothing lasts forever. So let him go and sit down there.
Good evening,
But Baga
gentlemen.
get done. Baga will do whatever Baga wants to do. And the man went to France and extended a salameter deal. We were talking about oh la la. Today the foreign minister confirmed it.
Then listen to the guy with the elephant behind him over there.
Wow, that's a nice stadium, my man. You said
That's
that
Guinea
Guinean
Stadium
stadium.
there.
You know what the man get behind? And an
You
elephant
say
behind
with
you.
that SKD stadium, but that stadium is superb.
I mean, if you were building to
Let
them,
us go
man,
see
not
the-
your
the-
building
the
like where they
all-purpose
did. I
stadium
down there.
that-
That
that
elephant
is
behind you, my man. That the elephant.
Yeah, the elephant.
Well, let's say invariant. Then it's variant
The
sample.
Guinea pig. Look,
No,
good
saying
evening, gentlemen.
the Guinea people
And
una.
the Guinea pig, Sonny there.
I see why the elephant look like zombie. That elephant look like zombie. Because African elephant, why looking at look like real elephant? I think.
Oh yeah, I regret everybody forget it.
Problem with Grant, I don't want everybody to get hasty with Grant. Grant issue is not over. What he doing, he's spending his last few nickel to they got them to make it fine for himself. The entire caucus of Grand Gila had no vote, no confident vote in him. They already decided that. Now, Boyka, look at these people. He can say, "Oh, I'll put Grant there," but that we come to the point where it come to debating the budget, there's something issue. They will say, "Oh no, the president listen to him." When we say, no to vote, to keep Zoe.
Are you talking about our lawmakers here?
The budget,
Our lawmakers, you talking about here?
I'm telling you something, because you have to do some background too. And as Zoe vouched for the superintendent, the same Zoe man today, even when people were protesting, Zoe was in the background telling the president, say, "President, you are Caesar. You are Caesar. You can do this. You got to put your political man in there," because Zoe wanted his own brother to get there. But he embarrassed Zoe because you went in Zoe region. That place you're doing it, you're not doing it in Glio or Tuawa in Kulevo there. You're doing it in the area that Zoe came from. So like, whatever, what wrong with you, my man? You go in my own people causing problem. That what cause, let me put something as Zoe and the caucus not very much malign when it comes to things, If Zoe can reason with the caucus, you should know he's tired with him. So the idea behind it,
got to the school political point.
it can score political point. That would be
So the people for it, man, call me right away. For it, man, and very sure, solo. When those guys called me, so was sitting with them. You
So, yeah. So let me tell you, Zoe that politician, I'll give him credit. If you take credit for it, I'll give it to him. That's his job. Every politician, any man in any parliamentary movement, if you have no negotiation power, you should leave. Then you're nobody. Because if you can negotiate as a representative or senator, then you will get, I don't know the job you're doing in parliament, because in legislative or branch, because then you are nobody. You don't have any connection. So when Zoe looking at the sun rising from the west, he was standing and say, "Oh yeah, the sun rising, let me spread my hand." Zoe not stupid. Zoe not smart, real smart man. He been in the legislative branch for a long time. But this one, even though we're talking about the president, the superintendent himself, his Hubert, is messing things up for him. I told Mr. Booty last time, even if the president kept him online, we can sue him as well. He's still liable for your action. And we can use it, often tie him to the Liberian government. You will see whether the president will still pay a lawyer for you to go meet the Supreme Court. Because in the Supreme Court, it will be Grant versus the people of Grand Junction, or Grant versus the civil society of Grand Junction County. And all his statement, the Attorney General, the action the government took will be against him, Grant, in court.
Yep.
If you think you're not wrong, why did they dismiss the Attorney General for the county? They dismiss him. Why did the other people
not dismiss him, man, transfer him, man.
Yeah, but that's the dismissal in government.
I'm gonna say something went wrong. You're right.
I think the broad one. David.
Roji, which county is the oldest? Grand Junction is the oldest.
But the man said the order and he put the orders on the track, so you're going to Roji to the beginning of the strategy.
Putting you in the back is like to say you walk in the White House, right? And you are the deputy advisor to the president. There's something happened that they send you to Homeland Security all the way in Oklahoma. The president won't see your face because you causing problem. So the president won't see you. They're getting rid of you. Or you used to be the guy that take care of all the logistics in the White House. Then they make you post a general for Omaha. They're getting rid of you. That's why they send you to the postal office to be the inspector general. They're getting rid of you. You're not in our same conference again. But
what I live in Oklahoma, I know the person here.
My man, I live in the central area. I know all the places there. But the problem with the Grant problem, I don't usually want to talk about what the president will do.
My tire puncher in a township called Lexington.
Yeah, I want us to do. We, the Grand Mr. Yala were here. He mentioned something about decentralizing the government. Everything we are talking about here, we're fighting for decentralization. You think if Grant was elected by the people, by this time Grant will be in jail?
Oh yeah, he will be in jail. Yeah.
The city mayor will have to come up with some kind of explanation why all this thing going. The attorney general will be in jail. But if everything points to the central government, then now the president is the head man. But if we decentralize, you have your own county treasury. If Mr. Gain move from here and say, "Look, I'm going," but the only $3 let them say, "Yeah, come back, come sit down." There was $7 there before
you came in here. What happened? $3.
The other $4. If Mr. Gay not pay for it, we see Mr. Gay property, his land, his car selling it, they put in all that money back. Even when not enough, but he will lose everything, and we'll also keep an eye on him. They did Mr. Mr. Gay get a job with ArcelorMittal, we garnish his paycheck to pay back the money that he subdued out of the country account. If we start doing that, but if we say, oh, our government system is corrupt, the system is corrupt because it's a honeycomb. We only get on one branch. So when we get on, even the legislature can pass all the law. I hear people say, oh, our court system. The only time the court system will be better if you decentralize the court system, it will be a lot more better because the district court that will handle all the district things had to be elected person. Because it become a commission, even though they're all bar, but they are among themselves, they have to elect that person to go sit down there.
Absolutely.
You know, among themselves. So if you're doing something, your friend judge that will remove you from there and send another judge. You know, even though that's the reason why the attorney got not get fired because he's on the bar. You can't just fire him. You fire him, you have to disbar him.
Mr. Solo, to the point that you're making, right? Many people in Liberia, they don't want that competition. They don't want city mayor to be elected. They don't want superintendent to be elected. Even down to the presidential candidate, they don't want the superintendent and the mayor to be elected because it will be very challenging for the government, the president to govern, right? Because many of them want this yes man, yes sir thing. That's all they want. That's why right now they are even against the tenure position. Because tenure position can make some of the tenure guys, you know, do their own thing, and they don't want that. Tenure position are strategic position to keep government afloat and keep things going the way it should. But look at Bwaka came into office and removed people from tenure.
You know the problem I get with tenure position, Liberia as a whole, we don't have people with integrity to say you can give the tenure position. That's the problem.
Well,
No, but
but
they-
integrity,
Mr. Solo,
Come to
Mr.
it.
Solo,
Give me a minute.
you're
Give me,
raising a good point, but integrity comes with the leadership in charge.
yeah, but give me a minute. You see, like no federal job in America that are tenure position. Those jobs, they have a regulatory arm that they go
Yes.
to. You know, that supervise them. But you get central bank governor, the man work for on himself, he's an independent entity. If you not align yourself with the national government, then it create problem because you are not elected, you still appointed person. You are not elected. So when you look at those tenure positions, the reason why we're conflicting and we abusing the Supreme Court is that we created a law mimicking trying to copy America when we know that America, the entire America's
It's decentralized.
decentralized.
Yeah.
In a village, the same curriculum they have in Des Moines, I want to go have in a village where
In
they
a village.
put there. You know, they have the same internet speed, they have the same inspector that will go and inspect that school and say, wait a minute, how can the children are eating hamburger today when they were supposed to eat sausage?
Yeah.
Everything is in that. And these are the things that we can control, and then we acting like say we can drive car, we can fly the aircraft. No, you can't. Not because you got a CDL, then you can.
And you know the same driving rules that in America that were in Liberia, but we don't follow. First of all, you obtain a driver license in Liberia without taking a written exam.
Ready as on it, you know.
Let alone a road test.
so there's so many things need to be changed, my brother. All what you see is true, but there are a lot of things need to be changed.
You think to yourself the president will replace Grant?
Yeah, he will replace Grant.
Boo?
Yeah, I think you replace Grant.
Okay.
I doubt it. I want to be proven wrong.
Because Grant, let me tell you, Grant issue, it have it have court issue behind it, have civil liability behind it. And I always say this, I don't have issue personally with Grant, but if you knowingly or premeditatedly abuse your office or trying to that theft, you carry on steal from the people using your office.
Yeah, that's the right word. That's complete theft.
You know.
That isn't to him.
Their own perspective. If we really like harmonize our activities, the country should be a common denominator.
But
But there are still fights in corner. There are challenges.
You're just using words. I don't
into
know whether you understand
political,
what you're talking.
institutional conviction.
But I think the
that is
journalist too, you
drifting
know, was
Like I said,
some of the
let
trust
me
apart.
get a message to bring it.
falling
But listen to
development.
the man now.
Yeah, I was so to say, but I think with the partly, yeah.
So under your watch as superintendent, what have been some of the major development efforts in the county. I mean, one thing you can boast of is the reburial of the former president, Samuel
Look
Kando.
at that kind of thing.
Sure.
Asking.
But that is more of honoring.
But yeah, but that's a direct presidential project.
Yeah. What about
Direct,
county?
yeah, direct. That's a direct presidential project that was dealt with on the reconciliation, national reconciliation aspect of his leadership objective within this time frame. And then coming to the county development agenda, we have some projects that are aligned with the county development agenda, and then the umbrella, the overall stuff of the AAID, the agenda for inclusive development, the arrest agenda for inclusive development, because our activities should be tailored to what the overall national development agenda is.
Yeah.
And so we are working in that light. We are focusing on infrastructure. We are focusing in the sector of agriculture, which is, of course, the number one agenda of the agenda for inclusive development, and as one of the strong pillars of our country development agenda. So we are focusing on this thing. Now in Nigeria, we are producing portrait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
you're-
bulk of the air eating
Yes,
from the
you're
country.
providing 60% you're eating. But let us say this guy question here. This guy
But
here,
first of all, the guy
I will bring this guy on my
is
show one day.
misleading.
The illustrious guy here. He want to say Mr. Solo is not a Unity Party member, but but he has been objective to most of the time on the show. The president is not to blame if the superintendent of Grand Direct sells land. Who the man works at the will and pleasure of the president, though. You remember that?
True.
You got taken to court instead
When
of
he's still,
linking him with the president. He said we should take Grant to court instead of linking Grant. But
Yeah.
the president, the Grant works at the will and pleasure of the president. If somebody working at the will and pleasure of me, and the president is doing something that my interest, my area that I send a man to go oversee, and he's there selling the land, and he said we should go sue the man.
But he said
president
there's
should
a
fire the man
propaganda
first.
against the president. Where's the propaganda against the president yet?
Maybe let me put something to the reason why I might reason with him on the statement, because Grant, you get here, you can say, oh, brother Solo, say I am the managing director for Coca-Cola, go be the field coordinator in Ziasta. I get in Ziasta and I start stealing. It's not your fault, you know. Even
Yeah,
though
but
you
we're not
can
blaming
fire
the
me,
president for.
But it's not my fault if I hear that you're stealing. If I get the news,
the president
if I
haven't
get the
taken
news that
the
you're
people
stealing,
here.
so the winner. So that if I get the news that my man that I sent there to go and oversee some kind of a company over there, and the man is stealing from the people,
Yeah.
if the people are supposed to come to work, they want overtime, give it to them, and he charging the poor to gain those things, I'll remove him. If it is
True.
true that and the record is there.
But what I'm saying here is this: the president just returned from a trip. I don't think he fully sitting down here. You're talking about 82-year-old man. So those things have to be.
The man know his age before he decided to be president.
Wait. You forget about the papi age.
I mean, you're not going to come here and can't justify the
No, I'm not justifying anything.
Yeah, but the man 80 years old, he decided he want to be
Let
president.
me tell you, I'm not justifying something. Let Torso and Torso that what I'm doing. Brenda, the papi can keep him, he can fire him. Well, we as a citizen have the right as well to hold him civil liability to all his actions. He admits to everything. You got all the record. That's all you need when you go to that court. Even your video alone will convict Grant and throw him into jail. But what I want to say here, let's say the president decides to, okay, Senator Crampton, they hire him, say, I will keep Grant there. Remove the decision for the president here and take Grant to court to see whether the president will use national resources or the nation budget money to go save Grant. You think, my man, you're going too far. Because the Gafon, who is the finance minister, will not stand for it. You say, no, they put it at Crampton, let them do that thing, you look for me, move behind the mayor. And then the man will say different man. So I'm trying to put the power back into the people's hands. Sue Grant, take Grant to court, and get, because one, you have the caucus letter, their vote. That's one of your main evidence that this is the reason why the caucus don't trust this man anymore. In the United States, the Senate or the House of Representatives vote on you like that, it will be high again for you to get federal job because nobody will confront you. You go to the
Okay.
You say United States, we're talking
Yeah,
about La Prince.
Prince.
Let's listen to Boo.
Prince, I have a different perspective. I think if we're looking at prima facie cases, look at President Tubman, President Tolbert, and all these presidents, President Samuel Doe, during their era, there were a lot of superintendents that were involved in certain things. What happened when Samuel Doe heard that Honorable Johnny Galley that he appointed as superintendent, and the country, I think they call it country mass devil. They went to town that particular day. If you guys can remember, okay, they said they went to town, and Honorable Galley had a problem with it. He said on the weekend, the people were supposed to be sitting down in their villages instead of bringing the devil into town. So he had a problem. He went and whisked the devil. Then they must go back, and he chased those people away. So when Samuel Doe heard it, what did he do? He fired Johnny Galley immediately. You remember?
True.
Another thing happened with Talbot. Talbot got rid of one of the superintendents too. So the president has a power. The only thing you can say that I'm convinced of is that the old man just coming. Maybe he will look at all the litany of issues that we wrote him. He will look at all the paperwork and then compare and contrast and see where this guy coming,
you're not in the country,
and then he will take the action. So basically, that's what we can say.
The old man outside the country stop.
Yeah, the old man always let
it's not being briefed.
Okay, that's what he said. But we are yet to hear from him.
Prince, you know that the Minister of State cannot fire the man without the president.
I'm not saying fire the man. The president not being briefed. He's not being informed about what's going on in the country. He got to come in the country first. You're not seeing all these letters that the people sending to Kula Fofana and the minister. All these people, they're not saying these things.
I'm not saying yes or no, but even if you seen them, he had to ask a guy, my man, what's going on with you and your people? You want to hear it from the horse's mouth. Maybe that's why he's doing it. I'm not trying to advocate for the president, but let's also if you lay my complaint on Bunyan and say, oh, Arthur slapped me. He had to call me, my man, Arthur, why you going around slapping people? That had to explain. So if I explain, Bunyan can tell it to my man, in this our company will not go around slapping people. I'm sorry, I gotta let you go. There's too many noise on you right now. That's what I'm saying. But let's say the president just returned, even when they turned their protest petition in, what is the deputy minister said? He said, I will take this, but it will take me a week for me to get it to the Minister of State and get it steady to get a response to you guys. So the president just returned, you're giving time, but even equally so, if we, the Grandgerians, are so angry and we want to solve the issue, sue Grant. You still have that option. You don't have to wait for the president. It will expedite the president's decision to get rid of Grant, because the president don't want Labrador versus the administration, Bouaka administration versus Grand Guinea County or civil society in the Supreme Court. Because if the Supreme Court decide, we all know, if the Supreme Court rules say, Grant, you do this, it becomes law of the land. The president himself may not like it, but he had to follow that law. It becomes case law.
Would that be the first time that the Supreme Court rule and the president go contrary to the Supreme Court?
I'm not talking about Bouaka alone. I mean, the next president that will come, you will not appeal that Supreme Court.
You already left Bouaka.
No, not about Bouaka, but the country moving very slowly. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Anthony does not have respect for Bouaka, or you don't even trust Bouaka.
Look, I mean, he had given me a reason not to trust him. I mean, I didn't just wake up one morning and start trusting him. When the Supreme Court, that is the highest arbiter of the law, ruled and you go contrary to that, what else can I say? That you're not a person of rule of law. You don't believe in the rule of law at all.
What I would say to you, I would say I disagree, because in every court, lawyers use languages like doctors. Their languages are not.
So what language was used that was confusing to Bouaka?
You ask a question, let me answer it. Don't answer your own question.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't answering my own question.
Okay. Bouaka did not get rid of the tenure position level that Alosha Talu. He suspended the man indefinitely and calls for a negotiation settle him. He's out at his own will. That's why he's not suing. Other than that, he'll go back to the Supreme Court. So when he did that, he settled the man.
My dear brother.
Let me tell you now, you were talking
I didn't mention Alosha Talu case. I mentioned the Supreme Court decision on the House impasse.
Yes.
That said the decision that was made by the majority black was illegal, and they had no constitutional right of doing so.
They lacked the word they used.
Yeah, the ultra virus.
And the justice minister did not understand that complete compass of the word. You just say you can criticize the justice minister.
No, forget about the justice minister. After a bill of information was filed for that ultra virus to be explained, The
Yeah.
Supreme Court this time around did not use the word arbitrary and use a clear unconstitutional word.
Yes. But
And still,
what did the president do
the
there?
Supreme Court has ruled, I will work with the majority.
Yeah, the majority can be anybody. The president is
At that point, the majority were who?
yeah, but here's the thing.
But yesterday,
the
what
House
thing you want to
issue-
justify it to?
I'm not justifying it, but I want
Okay.
to tell you how the school system can work too. Because Trump is fixing to say
So the Supreme Court, that is a higher arbiter of the law,
yeah.
their decision is final and binding.
And I
Who else
said,
can go against the Supreme Court?
did he say I will now obey the Supreme Court decision when you read a letter? He said I will honor the Supreme Court decision and work with the majority. Majority is not to say he said
So who is the majority?
in their house rule.
Who is the majority?
The majority are those that have the power of the day in the house of rule.
And the people who took decision that they didn't have.
Well, if they are the majority, the house rules.
So now you're stuttering now. I don't know you.
No, I'm not saying the house rules is different from the street.
Look, my dear brother,
Yeah. Let me tell you, in the
law
house.
is law. Law is not politics.
No,
Law
no,
is
no.
common
I
reasoning.
disagree.
Law
The
is not
house
politics.
Actually, it is.
No, it
The
is not.
house rules. Yeah, it is.
No,
Yes.
no, law is not politics.
Law actually is politics.
No. Law
Yeah.
is not
Wait,
politics.
okay,
Law
if
is,
it's not
law
politics,
is common reasoning. It's not
No.
politics.
no, it's not. You not need a lawyer.
What?
A law is common reasoning. You will not need a lawyer.
No, it's an institution that needs to be protected
No,
and respected.
no.
That's the reason why. No.
No, let me correct you.
Common reasoning.
Law
Yeah.
is common reasoning. Law is
It's
not.
not.
It's not politics.
It is. You may define any way one law is politics. At the end of the day,
No,
that's
you
what-
cannot. Yes, what
that's
you
why
trying
the
to
rich
say.
people don't go to
No,
jail.
listen
my
here.
friend.
Yes, what you trying to say. You cannot practice politics via or law. That's what you want to say. You
No.
cannot practice politics via law.
Let me
But
tell
law
you
is
what
not
I'm trying to
politics.
tell you. Let
No,
me-
no.
let me-
You
let me make it
cannot
clear to you.
practice politics
The
via or law.
CDC guy,
But law
ANC
is not
guy, will not
politics.
support the show here tonight.
No, and that's
But
why
let
we
me just say
should
this to
preach.
you. That thing
No, I
what
mean
they
the
say-
CDC guy and the ANC guy will not support the show here tonight.
let me just say this to you.
We got Anthony Gay here. Will
Prince,
end
Prince,
the
Prince,
whole
before
topic will
progress.
end on coming from
No, hold on.
7% to 1%. Want to know?
No, listen here. Before I answer that question, that
What the
cliche
decline?
that
Comey
the
did not study
legislature
in
is a
the net?
political theater. In that theater, there are
Eh?
rules and regulations backed by
True.
law.
Yes.
There
But
are rules and
Did
regulations
he not
backed
study?
by
Let
law.
me tell you too. Let me tell you
You
one thing that
understand?
you need to know. Those
In
three
the
brothers
absence
have
of
separate
law,
powers.
the rules and regulations are useless.
Let me tell you. Those
Okay,
three
gentlemen,
brothers have separate
we're
powers.
going to give you guys one minute here. We're going to conclude here, and then we're going to leave here. Tomorrow again, we're going to be here.
Yeah,
at the
but
same
they're
time.
wrapping up from work.
7
here.
p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. We're going to be here. We're going to rotate around 11, 12 o'clock. Almost 12 o'clock, my end here. So about 11:35 here, Boo and myself at the same time with Anthony Gay, one of the guy in Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. When you want your passport, your visa, immigration head office is over there. Go there and get your people. You know that what we used to, I was in Minnesota, my man, the guy there. My man would throw the man and say, we send for our traveling document. You know, when you come like that, you come as a, as a
Refugee.
They go and get your traveling document in Omaha, Nebraska. So instead of going to go apply to Western online, just
You get
drive
restricted there.
Right
to
there.
Omaha.
Yeah.
No country.
The federal building is like 19 minutes away
No
from
boys
here.
are there. They will treat you and give you a paper. They
Right
have
there,
no
the same
right.
day you get it too.
Yeah, the
Some
same
of them
day.
don't let you, but they have no right because it's law.
Like
And
the
now
law.
when you got Donald Trump coming, he say,
Even
couple
with Donald
of
Trump coming, my
$2,000,
brother,
but he
he
say I'm a pastor before he cancel before he get 2,000. Oh, look at that level there, man.
you know that the federal judge that challenged Donald Trump is from Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're coming to Florida, you're not
And
going
I
to
feel
challenge Donald Trump
oh my
because
God,
you're
so
going to go
beautiful
play
city.
golf with Trump.
When I had a contract with Microsoft, I stopped in that place.
Yeah, they play.
Wow,
you know,
going to Wyoming. And not far from Wyoming.
yeah, we're all farmers. We are.
Yeah, but
connected.
that guy coming to come to Florida, like boo then. You got to go play golf together. You're not going to challenge
They'll
Trump.
let it slide, but
Let it slide.
the federal
But
government-
no, we playing golf in the why we hiding from the cold. We're born and playing golf in the sun.
if
So
you
my man, I'll give you 2 minutes and you just conclude what on your mind and straight it up. But mine, when I'm on my mind, my 2 minutes, I'll be the loud. I think I'll put all in the bar, meet all your mouth. I will hit them coming too, even 2 minutes straight. They coming.
Why you gotta be coming? But thank you. Whatever I say about coming.
Yeah, the whole thing,
I want coming to engage the Southeast.
Trust me. Cummings will
How
take
can you
the
come from the
Southeast.
Southeast? He's saying came from the Southeast. You know, engage the people. The point Maryland are not coming. Who are you all?
The people know Cummings.
How?
The largest radio station in Maryland County, that transmission was bought by Cummings.
Hey, did that team.
I'm telling you.
And
Yeah,
they say,
go
That
Gilo.
transmission was
I can
bought
go
by
Gilo
Cummings.
right now and go buy
They-
radio station.
They
Transmission.
see here.
The know me.
The Tubman University come and get $1 million $1 for scholarship for students.
when? Georgia, we are
2022.
That's why I say that Georgia, we are time. You know,
So I don't know what you're talking about.
but you know how many people been giving money just that time?
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
That
You know,
man doing it now
I mean,
because you want to
I
be
mean,
president. You want
who
to
you
be
know?
president. What are you doing it for?
Who you know? You know how many
Oh, because
Togolese
you
been
won't be
giving
president,
money?
what you
You know how many
doing it for?
Togolese been giving money to our schools?
But first of all, you know, I was shocked to know when I heard. I wasn't shocked in a way, but for Mr. Boo, you know, who always speak of integrity. Yeah, he speak of integrity. Then you have a man of integrity, but you don't want a guy of integrity.
What making to have integrity? What make Cummings to have integrity?
Oh, okay. So, Mr. Bouillonnet,
Yeah. But you're talking about.
no,
Okay,
I
I know,
don't-
gentlemen,
you ask a
gentlemen,
question, let me
gentlemen,
answer.
your
I
way.
don't know. I
Now
don't
wait,
know
gentlemen,
Cummings
we're going to have
to-
two
to
minutes.
have
No,
integrity.
turn the clock.
You don't
I
know
put it-
Cummings
I put
to
it
be
in.
a man of integrity?
I
What
put
is
it
the
in.
immorality that Cummings has done?
Get way back.
Yeah, I don't know him like that.
Conclude at the end and put your integrity there.
Uh-huh.
I'm giving you 2 minutes. I put the timer
That
on.
Bouillonnet go
The
out
timer
there.
on here.
Because I wanted to address things that Bouillonnet said. So then you go
When the man say, actually, what I want you to do when the man asks for integrity, let's put 20, AMC
Anthony,
on the
let me
line.
see it there, my man. That the
that
timer
Bouillonnet
here.
done.
That the timer here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. The 2 minute film, my man, you gotta move. 2 minutes. I got it. 2 minutes. 8 minutes. We're gonna spend 10 minutes at least. Maybe we'll let our man where need a luscious 10 here from I don't know if Australia or where you coming from. We look kangaroo.
The country got more
For
kangaroo than human being.
the battle 2 minutes,
Tony,
we get 10 minutes.
what I want you to do, look,
Well, I don't know who going first, gentlemen.
I can go first. I don't have a problem.
Yeah, go first. Okay, go first. Let me you see here?
Yeah.
I put the timer on. Let's go.
Go ahead. All right. Look, what I want to say is this, but put it down, distracting me. Distracting me. What I want to say is this. Liberia as a whole, and if we want to change the system, agriculture allocation today, it was complete BS. It's not even anything. But this is the problem. They will come and lecture people about, oh yeah, we'll take our people from poverty. Go to Ghana. Ghana yesterday, 47% of their budget is linked to agriculture and agro business. They're able to slow down the import of tilapia fish and chicken from China. That what we should say, what are that chicken or that something that they brought the thing from the sea? We don't know. But they bring it always like that. It can't be big. It always get in your hand. They were able to slow it down. Tony mentioned mechanized farming. Mechanized farming, it comes with process. Because the only way you can do it is that you have to get rid of those big tree that storm left behind. In order to do it, government have to invest money. You got to use a certain formula chemical to melt down those storms that left behind before the tractor move on it. If we can do those things, then we can just forget about the whole thing. They put in 2 million. I don't want you even to put money in the budget if you don't have the money. But here's what you can do. Engage John Deere, bring a tractor, subsidize the tractor the same way you do subsidize the rice. Go to China, bring more tractor. China, the one we selling 250,000 in America, here in China, now $50,000. So you can buy 5. Bring it, turn it over to private company. Let government take a hands off it. If the government hands in it, Bunyana will hire a brother actor solo. You hire because that government thing. But when a private company, all I put our money inside. When I go rent it, when I $500, the government pay $400. I pay my $100 for that 1 week on the farm. I buy my own field. Now you will see who have the will and the art to do the agriculture stuff and able to do it. But if we say that government put 2 million and this one, we'll just keep talking. So the United Party, the ready
2 minutes, 10 seconds. Thank you very much. Anthony Gay.
Thank you for the show, Mr. Grant. You did yourself a disservice. You own up to your mistake. and hopefully the people can, reconsider you in the future. But you need to go. And President Bouaka, do the needful. But I doubt that you're going to do the needful, but I stand to be corrected. The circumstances here with Liberia, my dear big brother Bouillonne, always speak of integrity, accountability, and transparency. We have a person who incumbent on all of those things, and he does not want that person to have a chance because he loves this Liberia, what things are done the Konosa way. And the person who wants to implement a decency, pay people living wage, civil serving, police officer, teachers to be paid $300 to $400 today. If a teacher makes $150 Liberian dollars, has to go to work, will pay $300 Liberian dollars, has to eat, will spend another $300 to leave $500 Liberian dollars home. It cannot cook soup. He can also give 1,000 Liberian dollars that will be able to cook soup because then that means his money will not reach at the end of the month. This is the reality of many Liberians who are working, the working class Liberian. 150 Liberian US dollar is not enough in the 21st century. Mr. Cummings spoke about raising the national budget to $2 billion in 2017. Go on YouTube and type the presidential debate in 2017. You will hear Mr. Cummings making the argument. Mr. Cummings also make the argument that we can afford to pay civil servants $300 to $400 US dollars today in Liberia. And they're arguing where the money will come from. $11.8 million is given to our lawmaker every year by this Bouaka administration. It started in 2024, 2025, and will be in 2026. Folks, we can divert that money to the ordinary Liberian. That will automatically have impact on 30,000 working class people in Liberia. Look, Mr. Cummings' goal is to create the middle class of Liberia. And thank you for having me. Tomorrow we'll continue the conversation, Mr. Dover.
The man was there for 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Bull unit. I'm going to reset the time here. You see it goes to 0. Bull unit, go ahead. Well, Boo, let me unmute you. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Boo.
okay. Okay, you see them use for
So I started time here. Yeah.
Oh,
You see,
okay.
it's all at zeros. You see
Okay,
zeros?
thank you
Go
thank you
ahead.
very much. I think we had a good show tonight. I mean, we all had some, deliberation, which of course in the best interest of Liberia, because everything we do is about Liberia. I just want my little brother to know that even all these things about commies and what have you, it's just political talking points. I mean, every political leader will come up and say good things. They'll, kumbaya, they'll grandiose things. Oh, when I become a leader, I will do this, I will do that. I mean, and people, talk those kind of thing. Bouaka King, what did he say? When we are in power, old man said a lot of good things. But at the end of the day, what is he doing now? He's doing the same thing that we are doing and we're condemning we are. So should we still support Bouaka? No. Not because I supported you and you're doing the wrong, then I must still support you. No, I don't believe in that. Okay. If I support you before and you're doing the same thing, I'm not going to support you anymore. Okay. And then besides that, we Liberians, we got to look ourselves in the mirror. We're not doing things for, we're not doing the right thing for ourselves. Okay. We are belly driven. Most of us are lazy and we expect government to do everything for us. Okay. Somebody gave a little, in crown, they say Kokobi, or give you a little $2, and you go for it. And then you what? You forsake your own things, and then you go for that Kokobi or that $1 little somebody give you, and then you go sell all your stuff. The Mosi people, the foreigners in Grand Jide, our own people, they go to Ivory Coast and get these people. Why you can't allow the people to live in the towns? Because when you go to anybody village, you can't go and live in the forest. Because you live in the forest, all the animals run away, no fish in the water. How do you guys survive? You don't got no food. Okay? If you want votes, you got to get these people in the town. And these are some of the things as a civil society of Grand Jide. We'll be working on those things to do some, deliverables to our people, to be able to do these things so that our people can be educated. Thank you very much. I don't want to go over. And my time is up.
2 minutes, 7 seconds.
Okay. Thank you.
Gentlemen, now we got to time ourselves because we have to go. And my take here is that we did a good job tonight discussing Liberia, Grand Jide County, and other areas there. That's good. We're going to do that tomorrow again. 2 hours. Will take 2 hours or 2 hours, 30 minutes. I will send a link out to everybody. We'll do the same thing here tonight. Cummings coming, ladies and gentlemen. Cummings, my take here with Cummings, he have to change a lot of stuff, how to do things on the ground. One thing that Liberian people, let me tell you about the Liberian people. That's why they don't know Cummings for. But if you Cummings, if anything you do with this, your left hand, your right hand, I mean, or whatever hand, the other hand got to know about it. If you do anything with your left hand, your right hand got to, anything with your right hand, your left hand got to know about it. Cummings cannot do these things, and you don't tell it like Liberian people. Liberian people let people, you see, most of the time, why the Speaker of the House? Why would the pro tem of the House, of the Liberian Senate, go to her town to distribute food among her own people and videotape it? Solo, Johnny, why do you think they do those things? They are doing it to show up, to tell the people that they are working in their favor. They don't see that from Cummings. Cummings say the boys need to come here and whatever they got to do that. That's it. I want a new leader to lead that nation. But Cummings got to step up his game. You're doing things, you have to have the Mariah Yakula, you have to have Yasini, people then Anthony Gay, these people showing video, showing things, showing this. Cummings, to me, I think he can make a good leader. Boyka, I knew Boyka was not going to be a good leader. But Boudin thought he could be, but I knew that he couldn't be. This man, look at it, the naked CPP. CPP, or the little group that CPP. Kanga Lawrence was the chair for CPP with United Party. It didn't break apart. What's this guy name? Ure had it. It didn't break apart. Cummings had it. It didn't break apart. The moment I gave it to Joseph Boyka, it didn't break apart. It scattered right around the corner. So I knew that Boyka was not a good leader. He was never going to make a good leader. And he's proving it right here within our faces. He's showing it to us. But my man, Luscious Tintin, I know you're from Grand Gita. I know you're from Bajon District because I've had your cousin or your little brother on my show, so I know that. But I just put your thing. I was just joking. I know you're from Grand Gita County, bro. And like the Australian thing like that. I knew you're probably Australia or Canada. But thank you for telling me that you're in Canada. Maybe I can't Canada what I'll come to your horse and we'll swallow some Jeep or eat some fire cool palm butter or something. I think your woman will eat over there. So, but that's it. Cummings, that'll step up again. Just a Boyka a group. They're not serious. You put $1.9 million in agriculture. What the heck? $9.1 million guy want to do? Agriculture. That money where 5 people can get it or 1 person can get it and say, look at what the money. Eva Jubote want to put $3 million in technology in Grand Gita County. You think the woman who just here with her in New York hustling and doing her own thing, got horses and things, want to take $2 million or $3 million and put in technology over there to have the fiber going over there under the water and put in there to the university there. Then you're talking about you want to put $2 million. Are you serious? Boy, are they kidding me? But anyway, again, Boo tomorrow will be here.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
I mean, that's how we're gonna do it tonight. We're gonna be here tomorrow. Well, I think your old man Boyka need to step on again. He's doing nothing over there. He need to speed up and do the right thing for the people of Liberia to follow him. and he got time, but the time running out.
He will do the right thing. We'll push him. He will do the right thing.
He got time, but the time running out. You can have unscrupulous guys run the old man. They're gonna mess the country up. That's about it. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful night. Y'all be safe out there and be quiet over there and be all where you can be over there. Good night.